Oh! Okay. We are on you, Candus. We are still on you. Oh, this is your week, Candus. Who's going to tell? Is it you, or is it going to be Dawn, or is it going to be Candy, your mommy? The one you needed when you got off the behavior panel, who stomped your feet, got all red, baby Huey looking ass. Didn't want to answer any questions because you said it wouldn't be good for you. It's not about you, Candus. It's not about me. It's about your daughter. We're going to be talking about Summer Wells again. 20 months today, you guys. 611 days, I believe, something like that. Insanity. Can't have that. Taking a deep dive. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever your little hearts desire. I'm here and I'm bundled up. It's cold. We'll have a co-host later, but I'm not going to be doing much talking. We're going to be actually watching an old live stream, one we've done already. But it's good information. Matter of fact, it's great information. And I appreciate you all being here. Let's get going.
We'll work on that. Get that fixed. But I'm still stuck on the fact that Candus, Hunter, Candy Hair, and Summer spent a lot of time together that day. I believe they do know what happened to Summer Wells. I don't believe the dog run is even legitimate anymore. I think it's just a bunch of talk, a bunch of nonsense. And I do believe that the key witness or witnesses will be from Hunter to the boys, Candus, Candy Hair, everybody together that day. Anyone that was together is the issue. Your Majesty, welcome to the family. Oh, it's time to dance it out. Stretch it out.
You guys remember this is recorded like I'd say 12 months ago, 14 months ago. Keep in mind this is 14 months ago. And this is where we should have been 14 months ago, not where we are today. Pay attention. By the way, I missed this song.
Shut up, Cher. Shut up, Cher. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, Cher.
Yes.
Feels good.
Sometimes you need to throw a shut up share in there. Really good. To get ready for the show. So I got 7 alibis and that bitch I got 1. Right? 7 alibis. Candus don't have 1. Why is that? What we're going to do first, figure out which one we're supposed to be looking at. All right. Let's do this. Again, welcome. We are continuing. This is part 2 from yesterday. Don't break the fucking door. And
Well, that's weird. This is part 2. Part 3. We have the first day, which we got everybody's brain screwed up, right? Yesterday, we got back to business. Boom. Staying on that business, guys. There's going to be some comedy in here, and there's going to be some F-bombs probably, but that's not coming from me currently. Again, we're trying to hold up a different standard here. American Honey, hold on. I need to give you something. I got something for you. All right. There you go. All righty, you guys. Mods, some mods already know. And if you don't, well, American Honey, welcome to the family. All right. Let's do this. So, guys, stay focused on what's important here. Summer Wells. It's about finding answers. If anything in here is not right to you or it's off to you, put it down in the chat. Think tank it. That's what we're doing here, you guys. Again, 20 months today, 611 days if you're just getting in here. Too long for summer to be missing still.
Candus, right? I agree. We need 7 alibis when you only need 1. I also agree with that. I always thought Candus would be the guilty party. Don can't count. That's why. I know, right? He meant 6. See my comment on the last live? No, I didn't. I don't watch that anymore. I try to stay away from what's going on in YouTube world with these people. It's starting to get ugly. It's starting to make 4 or 5 hour lives out of just bashing each other. I don't want to be a part of that. Let's stay focused. Let's stay on Summer Wells or whatever cases that we're working. I'm gonna fix the lighting issue in here. That way we can all see each other, or at least you guys can see me. And then what we'll do right now is we'll go straight over into this interview again. I'm gonna speed it up, but this is important to listen to. We have to focus. We have to go back to what these people are saying, because now we're hearing so many different things. People are saying Hunter went through the phone on a different day. Some are saying he went through the phone on that day. Why was he going through the phone? Was he jealous? Was there another man possibly texting Candus? Made Hunter jealous. Again, we'll be talking about text messages between her and this pedophile, I believe, that's on YouTube, last name of Dula. We'll talk about that tonight. But right now, we're going to get through what we need to talk about, the things that we need to re-listen to. Good to see you, Jody Sue. Debze, thank you for being here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this interview again with Candus and Chris, see if we can figure out idiosyncrasies or the things that people are saying that are true and aren't true. And it was a day later, it was the same day. Sometimes we just have to go back. Going back, I think, is very important. So we're going to go back, way back, not too far back, just 3 months back. We're going to bring up use McDonough permission, not with fair use, but to use your videos anytime. D-Manch, K-Dogs, buddies, the whole family. Happy Sabbath. Chris will be on Josh's show tomorrow. You guys might want to check that out. My name's Chris McDonough, and I approve this message. Oh. I guess I could have done the whole commercial. My name's Chris McDonough, and I'm going to go walk buddies. Take it away, Doug.
Some woman made this shirt for me. I'm not sure exactly what her name is.
And tell me the significance of this shirt. Why is it so important?
Because my daughter loved Paw Patrol.
Okay. Yeah, she did Paw Patrol. What else? Princesses.
Ponies, and she loved Frozen. Then she started with they're little animals, but I'm not sure what they are. And they got big eyeballs. I can't remember what the name of them are. I got a couple on my window.
Are they like little?
Now, again, guys, you're going to see Robin in a second walk by. And she's got, I believe, her daughter or walking buddy. I can't see who she's holding, but Chris said Robin was there. She actually went with them to the swim hole, so they traveled together. And she was walking buddy. That's the story.
They got like the big eyes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they got the big eyes.
Yeah.
She likes bracelets and jewelry. And She's just a round girl.
Yeah. So let's take me back to that day when y'all were here swimming.
Okay.
Okay. You okay with that? Okay. So let's walk me down. Is this where you parked
Yeah, this is where I park. I park here all the time.
all the time? And now, do you come here a lot?
I used to come here a lot. Yeah.
And do you bring the kids here?
I'd bring the kids here all the time, and they'd either fish or swim.
Okay.
Whichever.
Right.
It's there's nobody down here hardly.
Right.
So I don't like to have the kids around a bunch of other kids because of all the sickness and stuff that's been going around, different kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this was more secluded, private kind of thing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
No, you don't like to be around other people, adults, and kids because then you can't drink, smoke, and that ain't no joke. What you like to do is go places where you can do illegal things and get away with it. Let's be honest.
That makes sense. That makes
I'm
sense.
more of a quiet kind of person. I don't like to be in a big crowd.
Yeah.
I tend to stick to myself and my family, and that's it.
Yeah. And when you guys got here, who was with you? There's a lot of rumors
my
about.
mother was with me.
Yep.
And my daughter.
Yep.
Summer, and Hunter was with us.
Okay. Now, tell me about the dynamics of what everybody was doing. Who was doing what when you first got here? What happened?
This is important now. When you first got there, what happened? Here's where the narrative of Candus telling Summer to wait for her. Hunter goes up into the hills. You guys remember what you're about to listen to. This is important. You will hear it in 1 second, I promise.
I got out of the car first, and then I opened the back door because my mom's got a double door on her truck.
Right.
So I opened the back door and I let her and Hunter out.
Okay.
And Summer's first thing is to run to the water, of course.
Right.
I was like, Summer, just wait. Let me get my stuff, and I'll walk over there with you. And she waited for me, and I don't know. Hunter went off into the woods somewhere. I don't know.
Now, where was Summer sitting?
She was sitting in the middle seat.
Okay.
Hunter was sitting on the end.
Okay.
And my mom said, hold on a minute. So we waited for my mom to get out.
Okay.
And Hunter, he just done disappeared into the woods. I don't know where he went.
Okay. Okay.
And me and my mom and Summer walked over there. And we were just letting Summer play. And then Hunter eventually come back out of the woods wherever he was.
Okay.
And
so let's walk over there. Show me. And I'll just follow you, okay?
No.
So I'll follow you on which direction. And
everything's slow motion now.
I know. So
Did Hunter go to the water after the fact? Or did you go off with Hunter while Grandma sat in the car, smoked a cigarette, read a book? What was it? Something happened to Summer when you were off with Hunter? I don't know.
Which direction does Hunter go?
He went that way.
He went that way. Now, was he in a bathing suit?
No, I think he just had his shorts and his shirt on.
Okay. And Summer, was she in her bathing suit?
Yes.
And how did she get in her bathing suit?
I actually put her bathing suit on before we left home because it was really hot out that day.
Okay.
So it was just something small and thin, not so hot.
Okay.
Because I know how she gets too hot.
Okay.
So was the plan to go fishing with no fishing poles? Was the plan? The water part.
Whoa, hold on. Dougish. Back this truck up. Did you hear what she just said, people? Really? Sounds like I have motorcycles going outside the gardener. You heard what she just said, right? Yeah, she changed Summer right before she left the house. Right? That's when that happened. I guess we could pull you up here. Oh. Here she is.
I am
Take over
here.
in a
Good
second.
morning.
You're there.
I am here. Yay.
Thank you for being a part of this, as always. Appreciate you.
No problem.
So she said that she changes Summer when she leaves her house, not
Yeah.
Hunter's house. Right, you guys? You see where I'm going with the timeline
Yep.
thing and why we can't figure out who's with who, and did she take Summer in the morning time with or did she, let her sleep with the boys until noon? Sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. But I mean, they've always, there's always been that conflicting story of where was she at when she was changed, and
Well, the only thing. My point is that it means that with the timeline that we're talking about. So Candus goes to the ER in the morning,
yes,
right? She goes in the ER in the morning, and does she have Summer? It doesn't sound like it, does it?
no, it really doesn't.
No, it's up to you guys to think. So if she goes without Summer, she goes to the hospital with Grandis. Then she goes, picks up Hunter. She's alone with Hunter for a bit. Then she goes and picks up Grandis back again. Then goes and drops off the prescription. Then goes back to Ben Hill Road, which they're not allowed there. Hunter's not allowed there. That's why I believe their story doesn't match, and it's conflicting because he didn't want to put himself there, and she didn't want to put him there. But it's it's obvious.
Yeah.
Right. And so if she was going to change Summer, that means Grandis is dropped off at the house. When she goes back with Hunter and Grandis, she drops Grandis off to go to sleep. She picks up Summer, leaves the boys, doesn't feed anybody, just grabs Summer and leaves with her and Hunter after she changes her.
Yep.
Summer never changed at Hunter's house. I'm sorry.
I don't think so
Didn't happen that
either.
way. No.
I don't believe that story at all.
Nah, keep that in mind, you guys. Timeline. This is what we're going to be doing here. Put it together.
And how did she?
I actually played these two on before we left home because it was really hot out that day.
Okay.
So it was just something small and then not so hot.
Okay.
Because I know how she gets too hot.
Okay.
So was the plan to go fishing with no fishing poles? Was the plan to go to the water park? Was the plan to go swimming? It changed. Hunter said so. We'll hear that in the interview next. But Hunter said plans had changed. So you got Summer dressed for a plan that you didn't even know what you were going to do yet. I don't get it. Hello, Stormy Nights. Arkansas is in the house. Nikki, UK, hello.
And what was the temperature that day? Give me an idea.
Probably in the 80s.
Okay. So it's Tennessee warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it is now.
And are you an air conditioned person, or in your mom's truck was the
No.
AC on or
I
off?
don't like AC.
Okay. So what happened? Where do you guys go, and where's Summer going here?
We all walked down this path, me, my mom, and Summer.
All right. So all three of you together.
Yeah.
Now, how does Mom's knee handle this hill here?
Well, she uses her cane, so it's a little bit easier, and she'll hold on to my shoulder so
Okay.
she doesn't fall or nothing.
So you're kind of escorting her down here.
Yeah.
And is Summer ahead of you or behind
She's
you?
right here in front of me.
Okay. So walk me through that.
Oh, we're just walking down through here.
Is Grandis walking that with a bad knee brace, a cane? She gonna walk all that?
I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, right. Right after the doctors, I seriously doubt it too. All right, that's the last time I'm gonna interrupt for about 20 minutes, you guys.
Okay.
Promise.
I mean, usually, like I said, we go over to my mom's knee.
Okay.
Myself.
Okay.
I was just standing here at the end, and then, well, the water's up a lot further than it usually is. Usually it's down. You can usually see all that wood sticking up all the water.
So did Hunter go off to smoke weed? Smoke the vape she got? Go drink a twisted tea or two? What point did that happen?
And she was just playing right here.
And what time do you get here about? If you remember.
I couldn't even tell you, to be honest with you. Time is... I don't keep track of time.
No, I understand.
I mean, I get up in the morning, I do my thing with the kids.
Again, does anybody keep track of time? Hunter's not good with time. Candus isn't good with time. They're probably not good with drugs and alcohol and watching Summer at the same time as well. Moving on.
And then we go to bed.
Okay.
I couldn't even tell you. I know I went to the hospital at 8 with my mom, dropped her off, and I was sitting there, and Hunter called me and asked me what I was doing. I said I was sitting at the hospital in the parking lot waiting on my mom to get done. And he said, well, why don't y'all come over? I said, well, as long as your mom says it's okay. And I guess he woke her up or said something to her, and he said, yeah, she said it's fine for a little bit.
He said something to her. What did he say? You keep leaving these big gaps open for a story to fill itself in. Lip lock, no more. It's a good chance he did go to piss. But you see how much bush and wooded area there is? Why would he go disappear up into the hills? I get it. He's going to urinate. But why so far away? Why not go behind the car to a tree? There's nobody around, right?
I guess his grandma was coming over, so she don't like her. I don't like her either.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, seems like you guys have had a falling out. There's no question about that.
Yeah.
And
it was stupid part on out, really, honestly.
What was it over?
Well, I don't know if it was her husband. I'm just gonna say Hunter's daddy. Come out with all these guys and stuff, and we're supposed to move down here. And they couldn't find a place to stay or whatever. Well, I don't really remember what this guy's name was. I know he's a Mexican, I think.
I know he's a Mexican, I think. What does that mean? So if he was black, would you say think he's an N-word, I think? Since that's what usually you guys, Don and Candus, and you let the kids probably talk like as well. Roswell baby says. I don't believe he did. I think Grandis was at Allie's house in Hunter. And Candus were in the truck and Summer alone in the water. And after they walked down and found her. Who knows? But if she's saying and being Grandis down the hill, walking down this area with a cane, that put Candy Hare out of the car and down by the water watching Summer with Candus.
And
that Jose guy?
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah, she wanted him to stay, and she was also staying at my house.
Okay.
So I said, well, if you're gonna be with him, and I don't know whatever they did because I didn't really pay attention to them. I just hung out with the kids and my mom.
I didn't really pay attention. I just hung out with the kids and my mom. Hey, Des, good to see you. So this is telling, right? This is meaning they turn their eyes, they turn their heads to these people doing things wrong. Attention on this lane, them do what they were going to do. We're about to hear chicks with dicks come out of Candus's mouth just as loosely as I think he was Mexican or something. He was Mexican or something. I don't know. Whatever she said. It's weird that doesn't seem like they spend very much time with their kids anyway. You know what I mean? Like if they're home, they're doing their drugs, their alcohol, and doing their thing in the dungeon or letting the kids stay up in the living room and play the TV or whatever. All right, Candus, let's hear it. Chicks with D's. Let's do it.
And then one day he just goes, oh, I chicks with dicks. After him and her did whatever. And she got all pissed off.
Chris didn't even budge. He's like, okay, no problems. Chick with dicks. Okay, got it. I've arrested a few chicks with dicks. Right? Many may remember the sound of the water on the shores of memories. Yeah, that water does sound like a shore of chicks with dicks, doesn't it? Coming low tide, coming in hard. Candus has no problems, chicks with these. She has no problem. She goes both ways. She does not care. We've heard this from many people, many occasions. I think Dawn does too. I don't know who likes to be the caboose or who says chugga, 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 and then choo, choo. All I know is we're missing Jose, and he still may be in Allie's belly button. Truth be told. Jose!
And just said, "Hold on, take me and my kids back to my place. I'm out of here." So I don't even know what really happened.
Okay.
She just went off the handle. And ever since that, I don't know, she's just been hateful towards me. And I don't know, I don't get it.
So you don't get it. Well, Jose liked you a lot better than Allie when Dawn was gone, right? Then he was forced to have to like Allie more when Dawn came home. And then Dawn proceeded to try to beat the crap out of him and throw a beer bottle at his head. Sounds like Coors Light to me.
I really wish I could understand it.
Okay.
And she stuck me with that guy. And then my husband got home. He's like, "Well, who's this guy, you know?" And I'm like, "Allie left him here, abandoned him here." I was like, "He ain't got no place to go." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Allie left him here, abandoned him. Okay, you're just like a half there, Jose's. He's now a Jose Doe, like a John Doe. We have no clue where the hell Jose is. And again, Dawn didn't kill him, and he's not under the truck. It's not the way it is. Dawn did try to kill him with a beer bottle, but was unsuccessful. And I believe this is when Candus got thrown down as well. Police report was filed, yada, yada, yada.
And then my mom took him after my husband got into a little squirrel. My mom took him, I believe it was to North Carolina to some chick's house. And then that was the end of him.
So he had nowhere to go, but then he had a place to go in North Carolina. So Candy Hair couldn't take him there in between Dawn coming back and trying to kill the guy. I don't blame Dawn. I mean, if I came home and there was another dude with my wife and her friend and her friend's belly button that ate Jose, I would be very, very upset.
I never heard from him again.
And that so her mom drove him up there?
Yeah, my mom did.
Okay.
And I never heard from the guy again.
What part of North Carolina do you know?
I don't even know.
Okay. What kind of vehicle did he have, if any?
Okay, so your mom drove him to a place that you don't even know. So how did she drop him off at a place that you don't know, that she doesn't know? You never asked her? I call bullshit. Moving on.
He didn't have no vehicle.
Okay. So your mom took him
My
up?
mom took him in her truck.
Got it. Straight up. Okay. Then, so you're down here, and all of a sudden now, Summer is doing what?
Summer's just playing in the water right here.
Okay.
I'm just standing right here. All the flowers that died that were there on that.
Oh, so there were a bunch of flowers
There
here?
was a bunch of flowers right here, yeah, on this little petal. I don't know what, I guess they've all died now, but.
Okay. And where's Grandma?
Mom's standing right here,
Okay.
and I'm over here close to the edge just because Summer's in the water, you
Sure.
know what I'm saying?
Here's where the narrative is thrown. So Candy Hair with a bad knee is standing.
Let's do a intermission here for a second and give thoughts. What are you thinking, Crime and Justice, at this point?
I'm thinking that her entire story about this whole swim hole thing is not adding up. It does not add up that Candus would even be there because A, I don't think she's going to walk down to that water. And B, I don't see her standing there the entire time. There's no place for her to sit.
But she's there before, right? She's been there before, though, with them, right? Like they talk about, like, don't pull those flowers, Mom. It's against the law. I don't break the law.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
yeah. Candus has been there with them on previous trips because they had talked about, going fishing there and the whole flower situation.
What
But I
about
don't think she was there
potting
that
cactus
day.
or planting flowers? What was the first story? Wasn't it planting flowers on the side of the house?
Yes.
It was, wasn't it?
Yes.
They took all those illegal flowers that they had on the back of that house out, and then next thing you know, it was potting cactus.
Yeah,
Hmm.
originally it was planting flowers beside the house, and then they changed it to repotting the cactuses over at the camper.
I always went back to the beginning. Crime and Justice and I went. I think she was busy this time, but like her and I have been going back to the beginning since the beginning, and that's the best way to
Exactly.
do it. If you can't figure out a case, or if it's taking longer than it should, just go back to the beginning always, please. It's the best way to start, right? And then you get all
Definitely.
that junk out. We just get all that junk out. That it's that easy. It's that easy. All that
Yeah.
stuff was going on when I'm sitting here and I'm like, I care about any of those people. Whatever they're doing, it's they're screwing this case up. I'm going to continue doing what we do, right?
Right, we have
And
to.
and this is why, right? We would have found Summer by now or found out what happened by now, people. And that's why we're going to keep the channel like this, like we've always been, but we're going to take it to the next level. Sometimes I have to be more animated, or I have to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do.
Am I going to sell it like this again? Nobody wanted to listen the first time. Actually, we had a lot of people listening at one point, but I'm just saying, like,
We
they
do.
weren't listening to this. This one only had like 2,000 views on it. It's amazing, like crazy. I wish you guys
Right.
would have been here sooner. Like we all could have used your help, but we're here now, right?
Exactly. And we're glad y'all are all here now, and we appreciate you being here.
And all the new people, right?
Definitely.
Thank you for you guys coming. It means the world to me. It really does, and it's gonna prove to you that I'm not gonna say we're your best bet, but like for Summer Wells' case from here on out, probably your best bet. Just so you know, that's why I heard everybody say yesterday that they're quitting. Yeah,
Oh well.
the husband wife team out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're moving on to other cases. Finally,
Whoa.
should have been doing that in between this.
In the muddy
Voiceless
area with their
always need a
case.
voice.
I call bullshit.
Sure.
Candus, the mother of the year, standing by the water because, well, summer's swimming.
Thank you for that.
Sounds like you're sucking some D behind a tree on your knee. But end, please.
And that's
Sure.
my thing.
Okay.
And she's just playing, like a normal kid would play in the water. And then Hunter came from wherever he was and come down here and was standing here. I don't want to get all wet, but
Yeah.
he was like standing here and someone was out a little bit.
Standing there in the algae water waiting to catch hepatitis. I call bullshit again. So you got to go out a good 30 feet to get out of the shallow area, I'm sure. I mean, look how far that tree is in the water and it's still on the top of the water back where she's pointing. Seems like it's shallow till it gets past that tree area. I call bullshit. Mom of the year. Kiss my ass with that.
And you know what? With the water level lowering and the current and the tide and everything, don't you think that that Summer could have been stuck under there in that baggy outfit she had on? Not a bathing suit. It's like a little ballerina outfit. It looked like it had like ruffles and stuff. It wasn't even like
Yeah,
it
it was
wasn't even
like
like a
a-
bathing suit.
If I had to describe it, I would say it was more like a sundress type thing.
Yeah, it wasn't even a
And
bathing
yeah, I
suit.
mean,
They weren't prepared.
No, with all the tree limbs and down trees in that water, it's definitely possible.
Why do you think they say you're not allowed to swim there? It's not even allowed to be a swim hole. So what they're
Oh, no,
doing
it's
is
not
doing
safe.
illegal stuff in the first place going there, right?
Yeah, I mean the reason you're not supposed to be swimming there is because it's not safe.
I know. Look at the water. It looks like it's contaminated as hell. I know it's probably not bad to swim in, but it still looks really like puke water. There's probably a lot of algae and some weird stuff in there.
Exactly. It's not safe from that standpoint, and it's not safe because of all the trees and everything else that are in the water.
So where'd the story come from about Hunter and him saving Summer? I mean, she was doing the TikTok. Apparently, he was walking down into the TikTok when she gets him on the film, but then he's also saving Summer at the same time that she was on her phone.
Yeah, see, I don't.
Is that
I
the
don't
same
know.
time or is this a different time? She mixing two times together? Like maybe Grandis was there the time before, and that happened the time before, and then this time she
Possibly.
didn't.
But I mean, we
Time
did see at the end of that TikTok, you did see Hunter walking out into the water because he was splashing Summer.
Right.
So I mean, it's
And-
possible if it did happen, it was after that video.
Mhm. That's why
But I
Granda
mean,
said, I
I'm
don't know if they went
not.
to the horse stables or they went to the swimming hole. She didn't remember.
Yeah, she just said
Exactly.
she. Well, I think basically what she said was, yeah, Candace was supposed to take her somewhere swimming.
Yeah, that means that she didn't go
Yeah.
with her. Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
well,
boss?
that's the way she made it sound.
Yeah. So at what point is this story just a story? You guys, in your head, you got to think, is this the same day? And whether he's buying it or not, I don't care. I don't know. I mean, a lot of this is valuable. Don't get me wrong. I'm not.
It is.
I don't hate. I don't. And just to get this straight, I don't hate that man. If you guys, anybody's trying to, I don't have any problem. Besides the way this happened here.
No.
And the other cases that we've seen after. But like
That's-
that can all be fixed. All you got to do is get back on board. That's all it is. Everybody has white flags, right? It's about summer. It's about summer.
I think honestly, I think between Candace's story and Hunter's story, they're either mixing two different days together,
Mm.
or Hunter just
Make it
came
up.
up with that whole "I saved her" thing. Trying to make himself
Hero.
feel important. Yeah,
The hero.
I mean I think that's entirely possible too.
It's great. Take the focus off me that way, right?
Yeah,
Like he shouldn't have been there that day anyway. Like I feel bad he even got dragged into this.
I know.
Yeah,
He
you got to
shouldn't
think
have. He should have never even went with her to start with.
he's cheap and easy. He's two vape cigarettes and a
And a twisted
twisted
tea,
tea.
yeah.
Two twisted teas actually. He drank two twisted teas actually. She bought more than one.
Yeah.
Don told me
did.
she told she told Don that she bought two twisted teas. Don told me that too, and she was standing next to him. So like, why did she buy Grandis twisted tea when she doesn't even drink? Because it was for Hunter.
Yeah,
Come on, we knew Grandis didn't drink.
It will, but then Hunter sits there and says, "Oh well, no, Candace wouldn't be drinking and driving. She doesn't do stuff like that."
Right?
I'm like, okay, miss me with that because you're telling me she's going to buy alcohol for him and not for her, but yet she's going to sit down there and vape and everything else.
Right.
I'm not sure
So
I
it's-
believe that either.
So the story goes, Sylvia, that was like in the car already. Like Grandis's car was like her closet. She like shoved everything in there. I mean, look at her bathroom in her trailer. It was full of stuff.
Yeah.
Like she couldn't even use the bathroom. She had to go inside the house. So that's what we were told is that the clothes were already in there and it was for the first day of school. And they were just left in there in the bag where they bought them at Walmart or something like that. I saw the same clothes at Walmart for $18. And I think it came even with like socks.
Right. Yeah, that's what they were saying is that, basically I guess Grandis kept a lot of stuff in her vehicle because she didn't have any storage room in the camper that she was living in. When
Right.
she'd already once you already filled the bathroom up, what else are you going to use for storage?
Yeah,
She
I
has
thought that
to
was
start using the vehicle.
right. I thought that was a dry run on the 4th. I mean, I don't know if it was a dry run or if it was just seeing if if Don or anybody else was watching the Facebooks or watching whatever, because they obviously had to be secretive, right?
Yeah.
Hunter and Candus had to be secretive because they're not supposed to be together.
No.
No. I even had the recording where
I mean,
Don says Hunter wasn't allowed at the house. He told me.
It's kind of weird that they would go on the 4th and then turn right around and go back on the 15th.
Yeah, but
If
no,
in
Grant.
fact, I mean,
I'm told Grandis doesn't drink. She doesn't drink at all. They even confirmed that over the phone. She just doesn't drink.
yeah, that's what Don has said.
Mm-hmm. And Don actually admitted to me too. I had to kind of lay into him because I knew Andy sold him some other stuff too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just weed. And I said, Don, I know. Just what else did you get? The coke, the meth, the pills, anything you needed, right? Yeah, buddy, you got it.
Yeah.
I did. I already knew though. It's like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's no reason to lie. Like,
No,
let's find your
there's
daughter.
absolutely no reason to lie whenever you can read them like a book.
Yeah, let's find your daughter, Don.
Pretty far apart, like me and your wife is.
Sandra.
Is that the TikTok video you took?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So you can see how far they were apart.
Yeah, I can see it. Right.
And with him sitting there saying that she fell on a rock, there's no rock. Where do you see a rock?
Right. Yeah. The old.
And maybe it's higher water at that time. Maybe you guys removed the rock after she hit her head on it. Again, I still think the major part of an injury may have happened there, unless we go with the other theory that CPS was coming. They knew that they were going to get in trouble for essaying her or her injuries, or they were going to lose the kids and her, and they were all going to talk anyway. That's a theory, of course. But the accident theory where she hit her head, she had internal injuries. She ended up dying on the way home or at home. Again, she was on the milk jugs.
Or was she not on milk jugs that day? We have to. That's debatable. I don't know if that's in this video or the next one we're going to watch tomorrow. But we have it, right? Because that's a big important thing too. Is well, we are going to watch it. We're going to be doing the whole table talk where they sit at the table with Leslie, Hunter, great grandbun, Allie, her belly button, her hoof, all those things.
Yeah, we definitely have to get into that one.
Yeah, and again, if you missed it, Candus's OnlyFans. What's wrong with me? Something wrong with me. For me to even like to play that and just think, like, that's funny. It is. It's actually hilarious.
It is.
Yeah.
It always makes me laugh anyway.
First time I played that like a year ago, it made me laugh too, real hard. I peed a little. Not gonna lie.
Oh God! Right?
Yeah.
Keeping her carcass cool. Most
Yeah,
of that's stability. A lot of people say that's the reason. Again, I'm not here to say yes or no. A lot of that don't add up. Start with this whole story with Candy Hare walking down that area down into the muddy terrain with a bad knee, and I don't know why everything's rhyming today.
True.
But it just happens that way. Jesus,
It's what it
did again.
is.
And I won't do it again, my friend. Oh, for the love of God.
Oh, thank you.
The only rocks I saw were right over here,
Yeah,
and
they're
then
not
up
even-
there.
Yeah, they're way over there. I'm right here.
Okay. So this is where she is, though.
Yeah, this is where she is right here.
Okay. And how is she? What's her behavior?
She's jumping around.
Just Summer.
Just like Summer would always do.
Jump on
I
up.
mean, that's how
Right into
all
the
my
water?
kids are.
Okay.
They just
Yeah, all your kids are. The ones that don't want to go swimming. Weird how boys didn't want to go swimming.
I don't think they didn't. I just think they weren't offered. Like, she didn't know they were going swimming or fishing, right?
No.
Yeah, no, they weren't. No, they didn't even have fishing poles or any kind of bathing suits. Hunter went in his shorts. Like, he would have sat on those Skittles and sat on that soda bottle with wet pants, where nobody's supposed to be wet in the back seat, apparently. But the Skittles would have stuck to him. That soda bottle would have been up his
Yes, I mean that's
his woo-ha. Yeah.
exactly. That's another thing that didn't make sense to me. You know, she made the big deal about, oh, mom don't like it for her seats to get wet, so I had to change, Summer's
Right.
clothes and all this. But yet Hunter's going to get in there with his wet self, and they're going to be okay with that.
Or does he just sit in the front and do the video because Summer's in the back? The reason why Hunter didn't remember where he was sitting in the back is because he probably wasn't in the back. So I'm just
That's
throwing
thinking
a
too.
line out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obvious. Yeah. What do you think about Candus coming back with a new tailgate and tires showing evidence of being power washed? I don't think it has anything to do with Summer at all.
No,
Matter of
they
fact, it
said
didn't have a
that she
tailgate at all. It didn't have one before that. I
Well,
think it
they
was like
said
an
that she had backed into somebody at the dollar store parking lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say it
And that
was already
was-
damaged before Summer went missing.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah.
reason they had replaced the tailgate. Whenever she went to wherever she went for that doctor's appointment, her
Mhm.
brother or brother-in-law, whoever it was, she was going to stay with, fixed the tailgate. That's the story we were told anyway.
Yeah. Plus, there was a news thing saying that she got in an accident at the dollar store as well. So
Yeah,
there's
she-
proof. There's proof about it. Yeah.
Yeah, she backed into somebody in the parking lot.
Yeah. Which means, like, could she have ran over Summer at one point and the scream happens, backed over one of the kids because she's not paying attention, going to get some drugs? Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, that
I mean, with Grandis sleeping, like how long was she actually sleeping? Well, we'd have to know when she was dropped off at the house, right? Again, I
Right.
still think they came back from the hospital and the Walgreens with Hunter, Grandis, and Candus. And that's when she said she changed the summer. It was hot enough at that point, right? At noon. It was hot enough at that point
Yeah.
to change her. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did have a cat in the hat moment. As long as we can say that without getting in trouble nowadays, let's do it.
Walk around and have a good time.
Does she go underwater at any time that you see?
Oh, she just sticks her head in, but sticks it right back up. I mean, it was only up to here
So
at the time.
with this
How's she swimming, Candus?
idea,
So it's only up to there at the time. So again, that means the water level probably has risen a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and now the rocks are underneath the water, possibly.
The logs aren't.
No, I wouldn't go swimming.
Yeah.
In that algae-ridden water. I don't know who would let their
No.
kids in that water unless
Gross.
that's the cleanest water you've had since you just shower and bathe in sewage water at home.
That's true. They said that too, that their water wasn't working right.
Bucket on a live stream, like Don did.
idea of under the water, where's that come from? Okay.
That just blew my mind when I heard that. I was like, she didn't even go in the, because when she was playing in the water, I was literally.
That wasn't a guy walking in the woods. Again, that was Robin. Unless you're talking about this thing over here in the pink. I believe that everybody there is supposed to be there at this time. I don't believe anybody that's not supposed to be there isn't.
Taking the TikTok video just to watch, and I did different things because that's how TikTok, you can do different things with them.
Right.
And I was just taking TikTok video and he come up out of there somewhere and I was like, just splash around and then he threw up.
See, the reason why I know that Chris and Candus know those two other people that are walking is because they make no eye contact. They have no worries of them. Candus is turning.
You're muted.
Chris said that they didn't know them. Actually, I asked after this a year ago. I asked him, and he said no. And he said the only person that was there was Robin with him because Robin was watching Buddy.
Yeah, Robin and her daughter were walking Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Now this wasn't
around
the same
telling
time that
stories.
EquiSearch was there searching, was it? Because
No, I don't think EquiSearch had got there yet.
okay, I didn't remember if they had gotten there yet or not. Okay.
No, Chris was there within 2 weeks.
Okay, so they didn't come in till a little bit later.
Right. And then got pushed out.
Yeah, pretty quick.
Unnoticed, unproblematic, right? She's not worried about anybody else hearing or seeing what's going on. That's why I know that everybody there is supposed to be there, including Robin.
Yeah.
Do you know?
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
And then he
Okay, so I guess I was wrong.
Hell, if she would have
Those
been with
two
Robin the
people-
whole time,
there's
she would have been
just-
safe. Summer would be alive if she was with Robin.
Exactly.
Let's put it that way. Robin was very, very well kept up, right? Good person. She knows how to play the ukulele.
Right.
Gotta say it like Arnold
She lo-
Schwarzenegger. It's so much funner. Ukulele.
She loved
Uh,
Summer,
Yeah, she did.
and Summer really loved her. You could tell by the
Summer loved
all,
her.
their interactions with at church and everything.
Yeah, Robin got a bad end of the stick there.
She really did.
If you look back and see how funny it all looks, not funny, but like sarcastic funny, like at all the like the games and like everything that happened, like how did nobody see through that stuff? I mean, I did. I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just saying, like, were
Right.
people, I think people wanted it because they don't have cable and they just thought this was a great idea to infiltrate true crime with drama, right? Like, look
Yeah,
at all
I
the people
don't-
that came out of nowhere, like the Ziggies.
I
and all
know, I
these
don't.
people.
I don't know why people do that. Why they don't realize that these are actual, real human beings. This is not a TV show. It's not
Right?
it's not entertainment. These are people's actual lives that you're putting out there, and whether your information is false or whether it is accurate, it affects people's life.
You're not dissing Robin by saying she's always around. They said they were always at church, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's where she was. But they didn't go to that church at first. They went to the Baptist church. Now, I wonder why they got kicked out of the Baptist church, because they left in a hurry and went over to the SDA church or the whatever it's called.
If you believe, you remember the stuff that Jody Sue said about the whole Easter thing and them shopping around different churches for like Easter stuff for the kids and all that.
Yeah. That's what I.
If you
going with.
believe that, then they probably most likely were just grifting between churches.
Yeah, they just
Because I
couldn't
know
get
a lot
any
of
more out of them, right?
exactly. I know a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
They'll stay with one church as long as that church is willing to help them with food and clothes for their kids and whatever they need. But once the church catches on to it that, hey, they're scamming us here. And once they say something to them about it, then they have to bounce and start going to a different church.
See, I don't know if I think I take that 50-50 because I
mean,
really do think they have money. They had money. Don was making between $5,000 and $7,000 a month. That's plenty for them
but
out
I
there.
mean, if you also look at the fact that, okay, everybody that we had talked to said, they don't buy food for the kids. They,
I don't believe
feed
anyone.
their
I don't
kids
believe anything
junk
what anybody
and-
says. I'm not believing anything what anybody says like that. Why? Because
Right.
I know they had pizzas there. They had food there. They had dollar pizzas, if nothing else. They had food there.
Yeah.
Their fridge was just outside, right? They kept their fridge outside for Don to beat on with a stick or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's like, hey, Dad, can you grab me some something to eat?
Yeah, no problem, guys. Hold on 1 second.
I don't know what else she did. I don't know what else she did.
Basically, I don't know what else she did.
Well, why you beat the fridge? What the hell did the fridge do?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's a good possibility that the majority of their money went to support their drugs, their alcohol, and
I'd
things
say
like that.
Alcohol would be a
Maybe-
good bet.
Yeah.
Drugs would be a good bet. But he had like, I have $3,000 in the bank. I'm pretty good, buddy. That's what he told me. I said,
Yeah.
Don, do you have any money? Do you have any, like, I'll get you a hotel room. He said, buddy, I got $3,000 in the bank. I'm fucking loaded.
Yeah, but
I was
but you remember he went and spent that to become the crack fairy.
no,
for a
he only
night.
took out, no. That was what he had left after that. He had 5,000. He took 2,000 out to buy crack and hit it out. Yep.
Oh. So
That's
it
what
cost
he
him
did do.
$2,000 to be the crack fairy of Ben Hill. I got it.
Yeah, Don's back home on Ben Hill, JC. Back home with Candus. They were always going to be back together. They don't have any other options.
No, they really don't.
No, they don't.
And especially not if they're legitimately trying to get the boys back. They're going to have to stay together. And
It's
figure
not
out
even
how to
that
make it
they're
work.
trying to get the boys back. It's nobody wants Candus and nobody wants Don.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. You
Who the hell's going to want
there.
Candus? We already seen the 14-year-old whiner she is.
Exactly.
Raw Patrol looking ass.
That's exactly what she needs.
Yeah. I'm not happy with her.
I'm not
I'm
either.
more upset about Don not telling on her first or telling on somebody. Because Don, if you're listening, I know if you're not now, you'll be listening later. Tell Don, what's wrong with you? Seriously. Summer was the only thing you did right, Don, and you did that wrong also. Right? You'll be doing her wrong if you don't say anything, right? Otherwise, if your daughter's all you wanted back, you didn't even worry about your boys. When I said, what about your boys, Don?
I love my boys too, but I just want Summer. All I want is Summer back,
Yeah.
That was it.
That was
That's
it.
it. That's the one thing, Don, you did right. That's what I'm gonna let you do, because Summer was a beautiful girl. And matter of fact, I didn't see any problems with her besides you guys being her family. Weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She unfortunately got stuck with the wrong family.
That wasn't her choice.
Eye
No.
contact. They have no word. Candus is turning around, telling a story, unnoticed, unproblematic. Right? She's not worried about anybody else hearing, seeing what's going on. That's why I know that everybody there is.
And we got it
supposed
all
to
up
be
here
there,
for sure.
including Robin.
Anything you could want to know, probably.
Gang signs.
Do you know them?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
And then he
Okay, so I guess I was wrong. Those two people, Chris just noticed them, and he says, "Do you know them?" And she says, "No." So slap on my own face. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I can admit it. But everybody else, including Robin, is supposed to be there. Karen, Buddy, right? Dills. They're supposed to be there. Again, that's a place that nobody really goes to unless that she's seen them before. She's probably even seen them before. Who knows? Let's just move on. Again, I was wrong. She didn't know him, she says. And I'm okay with being wrong. Moving on. Here's where she's talking about the gang signs.
Different things because that's how TikTok is. You can do different things with them.
Right.
And I was just taking TikTok video and he come up out of there somewhere and I was like, just flashed around and then he threw up gang signs.
Do you know them?
No, I have no idea who that is.
Agreed.
And then he started throwing up gang signs and I'm like, so I moved it back away from
They both
him
have something on
as
each
quick as
other.
I could, and I was
Yeah.
videoing them flowers and then back at Summer again real quick. And then he decided to get in the water right there.
That's another one
and he
possibility,
went
right?
like this with the water a couple times. I told him.
Hey, because Dawn and her were together when her sister went missing. You know that, right?
Yes, they were.
Dawn, yeah, they were. Totally were. Yeah, because if Josie's what, 16 almost? That was
Yeah.
like 11 years ago.
I believe that that time, if I remember correctly, they were living in Arkansas.
Mm.
Don and Candus were living in Arkansas. Rosemary Bly was in Wisconsin with not too far from where Grandis lived at that time. She was also in Wisconsin.
Mm.
Because where Rose Bly's car was found was about 5 minutes down the road from where Grandis was living at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Dawn meet his match when he meet her. He didn't meet his match. He met his maker.
Thought that she don't like to be splashed, and so he quit and got out. And I said, "Come on, we got to get Grandma's
But for somebody that swam with her so many times, don't you think he would know that she doesn't like to be splashed? And why would she be a helicopter mom then? Like to let the brothers wail on her, right? Because Dawn said you and Candus, you and Dawn used to watch the boys smack each other around along with her, right? But she was like they were scared of her. Dawn says like she was the leader. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She could pull herself up on the swing and they couldn't even do that or something like that. He said at one point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. You know, that Summer pretty
Chasing him
much
around on the dirt bike.
chasing him around on the dirt bike. She'd hit him with sticks and pretty much just let them fight and abuse each other.
Okay, so a lot has been said
Agreed.
about the tea thing, right?
Wait.
And there's Can over there and stuff.
Did she just say that he was blasting Summer and she's like, she don't like that? For somebody who watches Summer and that's like his little sister, like he says, he would know this, right? Yeah. This is right before she went into her clothing transformation of the red shorts and the blue tank top for 3 months prior. She had like that on for so long, and then she went back to it right after this. By the way, the socks and sandals is a hell of a Walmart look right there. Love it.
Phenomenal.
Let's go back and listen again for somebody who supposedly is like a big brother this Summer.
And if you talk to Don ever on the phone, he likes to use the word allegedly. That'd be everything. Basically, buddy, allegedly they said that I'm guilty, you know, but I don't think I am. I don't think you are either, Don, and not in this at least. I don't think you are in this part. I think you're guilty now by association, right? And probably know something of more value. But then, no, I really think you were innocent, Don. Now you're guilty, no matter what you do, right? If in fact you guys have anything to do with your Summer being gone, if any one of you guys, and she told you and you haven't done anything about it, yeah, you're guilty as them. Yeah. And I know you know, because Dawn, you told me you don't trust her. You know that she's lying to you. And I said, Dawn, go to Malibu. You'll separate you guys. You'll go stay on the beach. Get some good drugs, the good ones, the legal ones. Get you off your drinking. Right. Get your kids back with the Well, we had attorneys. Well, the attorneys and everything, the advocates were all working together. They wouldn't have to even go to court. Like the
No.
attorneys and the advocates would have been doing everything in court for them while they were in rehab. But they didn't want that, guys. They didn't
No.
want to get their kids back. Right. Matter of fact, they didn't want to stay together. That's why Don was in Utah with Josie and she was at home with the other boys because he was looking for a place to live and move to. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were on the outs. That was the closest they ever got done to being done.
I think the biggest mistake after the fact they made was not taking that help. Had they taken that help and gotten themselves squared away so much sooner, they would have been able to figure this out by now.
All I do is work all the time. Well, you didn't work 2 months after Summer went missing, and that means that you didn't work for 2 months from June 15th on.
Nope.
And you missed church. You missed Sabbath a few times too, right? Yeah. Well, how did you miss Sabbath if you're not even going to work? That means you went on a binger. We know it. We saw it. We saw you. Both you guys.
Saw it.
We saw Candus have like a partial stroke in front of us. Right?
I know.
Or pass out like she was on heroin or something like that. The same way Summer, if you remember the way she went down, was the same way Summer was sleeping in the back with her hand and everything. Remember?
Oh yeah.
On the
Absolutely hated seeing that. I honestly thought she was dying right in front of us.
Yeah. She looked like Don just shot her up with a shot of heroin or something. She was down. Yeah, that's what that looked like.
Really thought she was ODing right in front of us. It was bad.
Basically, Selena Dixon, you really got to stop that. Basically, not my fault. It's not my fault. I just work all the time. She was twirling in my hand till my elbow, until I got tendonitis in my elbow, dog. It's crazy. Then I went to hit the fucking fridge, like it fell off, hurt my hand.
Don't break my door, Candus. Don't do it.
No, Candus, break your fucking thumb instead, like you tried last time.
Right.
And next time you touch the washer, try to do the fucking laundry. How's that?
It wasn't strategic.
Vet girl.
The doctor Phil
back in the day,
and the recognition they were going to get off the news. Right. It was timing. Nobody wanted to watch their stuff at first because they hated them. Now they wanted to look at them for updates because they tried to finagle them into a good light, but they're not good parents. They've done so many things wrong in their life, and people can change, but these people don't. They don't want to. Their drug habits, their alcohol habits, the way they talk in front of their kids, the way they talk to each other, the domestic abuse, right? The verbal abuse, all of that is not healthy for the boys. And you're right, everything down to when the boys were taken and the creative narratives, and now the drama and the fake phone call to Mary to try to deter them from what Mary and Jeannie and the 5 others are doing. So again, thank you, Vet Girl, RWB.
Yeah, Mary, Jeannie, and the 5 others. You guys forgot about them, huh?
Oh,
guys, there's a lot more screwed up than just Mary and Jeannie, wasn't there? There was a lot of carpet pulled out from under people. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of bad done in this case by merging the 2 cases together there, Chris. So terrible.
These idiots.
Yeah, I appreciate it. You're right. 100%. We're almost done here, and then I want to show you something else, and then we'll move to the next interview. I know Chris will be going on in a little bit. We'll catch that right after we finish this.
This little device and
Donnie's a baby.
He's lying, she's lying, he's this, that, and they do it about me too. You're right. It's just so out of control almost.
I've really never seen so much hate in my life until now.
I believe it.
Honestly.
I believe it. Because I think everybody wants to help, but they don't know how to help. So when they hear indiscrepancies, automatically that take, what is that? Oh man, don't get stung on me now. You'll be blaming me for a bee sting.
Dap it out.
But
I thought he was gonna punch her.
How to help, or they want to help, and then of course there's one discrepancy on YouTube,
right?
Wherever, and next thing you know it, it just gets crazy. I mean, I've had people say, "Oh, you know, you paid Hunter to talk to him." Seriously? Am I paying you? No.
I don't want your money.
And I went offer it.
Yeah, you would.
Okay.
I don't want nobody's money.
I'm not here
I just
for that.
want my daughter.
I'm here.
I'm here for
that
Mountain Dew and
reason.
pizza, damn it.
That's why I'm here. Okay. That is why I'm here. I'm not interfering with the investigators. I'm letting them
I'm
do.
not neither. I'm gonna let them do their.
Tads, I call. Never mind. This is not about. I forgot. This is about summer, right?
Yeah.
See, this was. Yeah, I was going to say something there, but I'll let them talk about themselves while this is about summer, right? Like that was good. That was good. You put that on for the camera, though, right? I'm not messing with the investigate. They won't talk to you either, will they? Matter of fact, they said you were screwed. Yeah. Matter of fact, TBI was not very happy with you, Chris. Nah.
Oh, I'm sure they're not.
Oh no, they're not. Believe me, the blonde lady who talks, for them, yeah, she's not. They're not happy with him at all. I can't remember her name right now for some reason.
Let their thing.
Leslie
Their
Earhart.
thing.
That's all.
Okay. And
Earhart as well.
you know, you came down here on your own to walk me through this.
Yes, sir.
I credit you for that. You know, I respect you for that. Okay? And somebody's going to find something wrong with it, though.
Of course they will.
I'm giving you a heads up. Okay.
No, I already know this.
All right. I'm just telling you. Okay?
Thank
That's how
you,
the world
Jack.
is today.
It is. Now, the other side of that, okay, is if there is a suspicious person or somebody like that, that now you mentioned, or Don, I can't remember in the first interview, Don had mentioned that on the news, he mentioned that he thought that she was abducted. How did that conclusion come so quickly? Help me understand that.
Because she never wanders.
Okay.
She always stays right there by the house, right there by the swing.
Okay.
She'll go to grandma's, but she'll be right back to the house.
Okay.
She'll never leave the house. She'll never go out of my sight.
So what did you tell Don at work when you called
I
him?
just said she was missing. I can't find her. That's all I said.
Do you remember where he was that day? What job site he was
I
on?
believe he was in Jonesboro at
The Meadows.
I believe.
Okay, and he's hanging drywall?
No, he's finishing drywall.
Okay, so he's a finisher.
Yeah.
Okay, a taper.
He's a spackling man. He's a spackling man. He spackles round the world, around the world, around the world.
Got it. And do you
Say you, say me, spackle always. That's the way it should be. See, it goes into almost every song. You can almost put that in any song.
It does. It
Spackle,
does.
doesn't it?
Dawn and Candus sitting in the tree. SPACKLING.
It goes. You can make it work in any way you want.
Exactly.
Oh Lord.
Oh, that's
Well,
funny.
I tried to help him yesterday, but I just
yesterday when I called you and
Yeah.
said at work when you were working, and you said you were going to go to church,
Yep.
went to church, okay?
Sure did.
So you did all the things you told me you were going to do,
Sure.
right?
Starting with
Alright.
working.
And an oversized T-shirt.
Okay, so that
It's probably true. Probably true. So what's going on here? Oh, son of a gun. From behind that looks just like Candus. I'm not gonna lie. It's the front room with their flag and the red Candus you went by on the stage. Now get your 2-for-1, ladies and gentlemen, from Cornbread Candus. Ladies and gentlemen, 2-for-1. Ralph. Hit. Hit.
That's too much. That's
and
gross.
now when you called him, what was his reaction?
He's like, "What? Are you playing with me?" I was like, "No, I'm not playing." He's like, "Call 911." And that's what I did.
Okay.
That was all that was said.
Are you playing with me? Like it was a joke.
He's working. Like,
Has she played pranks on
you
Dawn
doing?
like this before? Why would Dawn say, "Oh, are you playing with me? Hey, your daughter's missing. I can't find her. I can't find Summer. What's going on? Are you playing with me?" That's because these idiots like to play pranks all the time, and that's
Yeah.
how they fight. That's how their relationship is. it's based on lies and mistruths, right? Just like the Jose thing. God, I really hope it's a threesome besides with Candus, Jose, and Allie. But that's the only way Jose gets gone, right? You see Candus on top of Allie on top of Jose. The bed breaks. Next thing you know, it gets stuck, lodged into Allie's belly button.
That's what I thought happened to him.
remove
Really, should have left him.
And he
leave
never
there.
made it to North Carolina.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Would have been safer.
Hey, what was Grandma doing?
Grandma was out hollering for as much as she could. She can't really get down my driveway's horrible.
Right.
I don't know if you ever been out there.
I went to your end. I didn't go up.
Right, it's horrible out there. The driveway's nasty. Every time it rains, all the gravel goes into the creek.
Okay. Is Don home now?
No, he's actually at work.
Okay. Do you think
all the gravel goes into the creek, the Dog Run Creek, or in front of your driveway? I don't know.
There's a creek right past
That would make it
Grandis'
louder
thing.
and make it harder to go up and down that hill if that driveway and the gravel has moved over to where you're trying to run up and down to steal the baby girl that's 5 years old. I don't know.
you could show me where she was, where you were, and so we
At
can.
my house?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Is that cool?
That's fine.
Okay. Well, let's head up there.
Let's roll.
Let's head up there. Home slice.
Let's rock.
I need you guys to watch this for a second. Again, if you're not subscribed to this channel,
subscribe to Plunder.
exactly. Subscribe to Plunder.
She doesn't like me for
I
saying
came across this video. I haven't seen this. This is a couple months old. And again, I love Plunder. Plunder's great with information, very factual. If you haven't subscribed, go over there. Like, share,
we got it,
subscribe.
Doug. We got it. Just play the video.
Under fair use, and I know they're not going to strike me for this because this is information that's based
They can't.
on what we just watched. Okay, I only watched the first few seconds of this, so this is live reaction for you guys. But I came across it, and it's the beginning because you hear Hunter, you see some gang signs. So I think this is important.
It was.
Yes, Crafty Crafter's Place. They do. I think she's phenomenal. Actually, I think Plunder is amazing. So let's take a look at this and listen in.
Booty flat, does she twerk with her back? Does she talk a lot of smack? Does she look like a rat? Does she got no curve? Does she dance like a worm? Is your girl's booty flat?
Let's summarize everything
Need I say more?
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
I forgot about that
we
one.
learned to Plunder.
Allie on top of Jose, the bed, and listen in.
Booty flat, does she twerk with her back? Does she talk a lot of smack? Does she look like a rat? Does she got no curve? Does she dance like a worm? Is your girl's booty flat?
Let's summarize everything we learned. Subscribe to Plunder.
Listen again.
Booty flat, does she twerk with her back? Does she talk a lot of smack? Does she look like a rat? Does she got no curve? Does she dance like a worm? Is your girl's booty flat?
Let's summarize everything we learned in the
Is your girl's booty flat? When you're 15 and singing about this, you shouldn't be. Is your booty is flat? What is going on with our society, with our people? You have a 10-year-old daughter. Not
I'm gonna have to be more gentle than a 15-year-old because when I was 15, I think I cussed a little bit. I did. I didn't lose my virginity until I was like older. believe me.
Probably just a little bit, huh?
Yeah. I hung out with some really some of the athletes though had like terrible mouths. That's why I was
Right.
like that's where I learned most of my Spanish too. Weird.
not right. And you're given it's like a menu for a predator. Put her in fluorescent floaties or a blow up dinosaur around that's fluorescent around her waist. Do not use a 2-piece. Spy on your kids. Do not let them have social media that's private.
Right.
It's insane. Thank you again, Thunder, and listen in. So Wells' mom's Candus deleted it's done text, right? We've been talking about it's done. I couldn't find it anywhere else. This is where I stopped and got very interested. Let's go to it.
Recent interview with the 15-year-old by the interview room. The 15-year-old boy was seen in that last video with Summer Wells at the horse pond swimming. The name of the video is What Happened at the Swimming Hole with Summer Wells, and it's linked to below. Hunter is the 15-year-old who describes what happened that last day that Summer Wells was reported missing. It's unfortunate in the video that certain things are very difficult to hear. I watched it 3 times and
okay, so I've figured it out. Where she's swimming is very, very close to the shallow end where she could stand. That's why she's got no floaties on. In the other pictures where
why does Hunter have to save her then?
Floating raft, she's got some floaties on. She's
Yeah, that
further
doesn't
out
make sense.
where it's deeper.
No. What does he have to save her for if
So
she's
the
in
videos
shallow
you'll
water,
see
up
here
to her
that it
shins?
looks like she can swim. This is where you could think that she's a swimmer.
Described it as best I could. There's a lot of different noises. The 15-year-old yawns quite a bit. There are dog noises. There are noises from a little toy. There's a lot.
I mentioned this many times about Hunter yawning during the interview. People are like, stop it. That's part of his disease. That's part of what you're making fun of him. No, I wasn't. I was blatantly telling you the obvious, because if his disease, when he's about to lie, makes him yawn, it's a telltale sign. We'll listen to that interview next. We're going to go straight through this and we're going to continue because all this is important. We need to go back to the beginning. We want to find out where and what happened to Summer Wells.
Gosh, it's so strange. We're saying this for a whole year, over a year from now, and it's like what 20 months now. So like, we didn't spend more than like 4 months. Like, well, we actually never left. We watched all the people be brought into this and all the extra people. Billy, the drunk. Remember Grandis's old little fling that used to come up there and stay in the shed or sleep in her trailer or something when he fought with his wife or something. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Nothing to do with it. We spent how long did people spend on that guy? A long time.
A long time.
And David Dotson, and people are saying like, "Can you look up David Dobbs for me?"
Dobbs.
What about Dotson? And yeah, I'm like, I don't drive Dotsons. No.
None of
Or
these
Dobbs.
people had none of these people had anything to do with it at all.
No, but it made for content and clicks and views. But like, I mean, did Donald Sherfy? Just because he came down the hill and he's like, I'm not happy. And they're like, which one are you? Because you look like one of the dwarfs.
Exactly.
Little fat man. I'm not happy. Well, you look like, Cranky. Whatever your name is.
Right now you're grumpy.
Yeah, grumpy.
Here we go.
going on. But this is what I surmised. Also, in the manner of communication, the people speaking, the 15-year-old and his mom and grandmom, especially the boy, he doesn't always specify exactly whom he's speaking about. And he kind of uses Candus's name interchangeably with just she. It's not always clear if he's speaking about Summer, but this is what I got. Hunter said she texted me saying that her grandmother was in the hospital. So just from the beginning of the video, we see that Hunter is talking about Candus. Candus texted Hunter, saying that her mom actually was the one in the hospital. Hunter said that TBI has my phone at this point, but back on that day, June 15th, Hunter called Candus and said...
And if you remember, Hunter went away for how long? He disappeared for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah,
6 months a bit. Little more than 6 months, actually. He did more than 6 months. He was supposed to do 6 months, but he did more for fights and everything else.
Yeah, he was gone for, I would say, probably maybe closer to 9.
Almost 9 months, and that's what'll get you. That's what gang signs will get you when you go in there doing your TikTok gang signs. You have to fight. That's the way that works.
That's not good.
Andrew Hiltz, I think you did a terrible job raising him, and I think you did a terrible job coming online talking shit about him. Yeah, for a father, low life. But you are the one that contacted me, and you said, "Well, I'll tell you something." That he did go to the doctor's appointment as soon as he got back from. When he got dropped off, he went to a doctor's appointment and they had to sign him in there. So like he didn't go right to the park to meet Red and his girlfriend, or they didn't come and get him right away. No.
And it was always kind of weird to me that, with Allie talking about how, I guess, intoxicated and everything he was when he came home, that You wouldn't think they would take him straight to a doctor's appointment from there. I
He
mean,
was big too, though. He was big too. He wasn't like the little kid, little. Like one twisted tea ain't screwing him up. I'm sorry, one twisted tea ain't screwing him up, even if he hadn't drink all day. Because you know that boy's been drinking and binging here and there and getting drugs from
well,
these
probably
shitty.
so, but I mean,
Yeah.
Allie, I don't know, the way Allie made it sound, Allie made it sound like he was just, gone.
Oh yeah, well he probably was. He was probably because he was up the whole night before, right? And then
Yeah,
she probably just had to drink off the whole day, the trauma that he just dealt with.
well, that's true too. And if he was out with Candus all day and they didn't have anything to eat, so
No, nobody ate anything. No, nothing.
it's a lot different on you whenever alcohol's the only thing you're putting in your stomach all day. So yeah, that's probably.
Can I get a yeah, let me get a beverage. Let me get a double shot. And you guys have like maybe a pipe load of meth? Yeah, no, nothing to eat, please. I'm good.
Right.
Maybe you have any? No, I don't want a pickle.
That's okay. I ate last
Nothing's gonna
week. It's
taste
fine.
right.
Yeah, exactly. I ate last week. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's that Jenny Crank diet. I'm gonna get down into this 2-piece bathing suit weight. Right, Candus?
And
Jesus.
y'all want to come over here for us? Candus had to wait for her mom in the hospital to have examined. Candus said, yeah, if that's okay with Allison. That makes sense. Allison is Hunter's mom, and we know that Allison and Candus allegedly had a big falling out. Hunter did, in fact, mention several times in the video interview that he hadn't seen Candus in a while. He hadn't hung out with her in a while. So that falls in line with the big blow up.
See, and that falls in line with what Candus says at the swim hole, where she's like moving around, being very, very animated. It makes sense, right? The fallout's real. That's how we could base what Candus is saying, factual from non-factual. Her behaviors from that swim hole tells us a whole hell of a lot of what she's thinking, how she's doing it. Angela Williams says, my brother would yawn if he was lying or exaggerating. It happens. It's a feature, and we may not be able to control it. And that's why body language and reading somebody and interrogating them while you're actually meeting them. Whenever I meet somebody, I use name association because I don't want to forget their name. So when they say, hi, my name is Robert, I'll be like, hi, Robert. My name is Doug, right? I'll repeat his name or her name, and that I can remember and name associate, right? Hi, Robert. Nice to meet you. Time. Hey, I met you last time. It's Bert, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. What was your name? And that's how you know that they don't care when they meet you. If somebody cares about when they meet you, also take number one or important. And again, I don't see that with these people. I don't see the truth. I see the yawning. I'm not good with time. We don't deal with time here, but then we're good with technology, right? Like I can go into her phone.
Really spoken or seen each other, or perhaps in a while. It kind of falls in a big blow up. So it had been maybe aiming since they'd seen each other or less. Candus says, yeah, if it's okay with Allison. When they pulled up, Candus gets out of the car with Summer. According to Hunter, he thought the boys had gone to work with their dad. He mentioned Wyatt and Josie, only 2 of the Wells boys. He didn't mention 3 of them, but that's what he had been told, according to Hunter, that the boys went to work with Don. It's been
Not only went to work with Don, but I think they used to smoke pot with Don at work. Then come home.
Allegedly, at least the oldest one did.
in a long time,
That's
Hunter
what we
said,
were
since
told.
he'd seen everyone. So he dapped everybody up, to give someone a dap, like a fist bump or what have you. It's, nice to see you. Hunter said, I hear from her like every once in a while on Snapchat, but then since all this melee has happened, he's blocked her since all this stuff is going on. They spoke about going to, that day, Holston Valley Hospital. It was just Summer and Candus who were over Allie's house with Hunter. Perhaps around 10 a.m., they picked Hunter up. Then, while they were sitting around, apparently Candus said, do you want to go fishing somewhere? Hunter said, do you care if I come with? Because, it's Summer and I treat her like a little sister. Hunter had to go ask Allison if he could go with Candus. One interesting note that...
What does fishing somewhere mean? Now we have to think no fishing poles were included. Does going fishing, is that a code word for something, right? I need your help. We're going fishing. You know what that means? Ask your mom. You know what I mean?
Chris McDonough raised on the interview room, if the plan was to go fishing, did anyone have fishing hooks or fishing poles? It doesn't seem like it. But anyway, Hunter said basically
Exactly.
he wanted to go hang out with Summer. He wanted to just get out of the house. He treats her like a little sister. Hunter said, I show her a lot of attention, not weird.
Like a little sister. But again, he doesn't know that she doesn't like to be splashed or that she doesn't like the TikTok LOLs, but he does or Candus does. So weird.
Attention. Hunter said her brothers used to always pick on her. Right then, while they were talking apparently about where to go, that's when Candace's mom called Candus to pick her.
Hunter's brother used to always pick on her with an S, plural. So why would she want to go inside and play with them? The reason why she separated herself and wanted to do flowers or potting or replanting or repotting was because she gets abused by her brothers. So why would she want to go inside? Don says he's seen them wail it out. He's let Summer and her brothers go at it before in front of him. He said that to me on the phone. I have it recorded. I have it recorded about him telling the whole story about him going over to Voldemort or Andy's house and always getting drugs, whatever he wanted, and bringing Summer over there and this and that. Like, I have that. TBI has it now. Still, I don't understand. I mean, Plunder is actually calling out everything we've talked about. And again, I have not watched this. I have not watched this yet, but she's calling out everything that we just talked about. None of it makes sense. And if I'm the only one seeing it this way, I can't be, right? I can't be.
her up. So I guess the plans kind of changed. Hunter said, when we were sitting right there, at first I was sitting in the front seat. Summer was in the driver's side back seat. At that point, of course, there was no milk in the car until they got to Priceless a few hours later. But Candus allegedly put on Summer's bathing suit in Allie's house and took clothes with her. Now, people keep talking about swimming suits.
Whoa.
Get your clipboards out.
Did you guys just hear that?
Here we go.
Have I missed something all the way until now? That Summer was not changed at her own house, that she was actually changed at Allie's house? Does everybody know this, or am I way off? I've been covering this for over 5 months. When in the holy hell did she change her at Hunter's house if she knew it was hot summer day? She changed.
Exactly.
Confused right now. Where did Summer get changed? At her house, at Allie's house, or at the Wells property? Where the fuck did it happen?
Backseat. At that point, of course, there was no milk in the car until they got to Priceless a few hours later. But Candus allegedly put on Summer's bathing suit in Allie's house and took clothes with her. Now, people keep talking about swimming suits, but in the video of Summer at the swimming pond or horse pond, whatever it is, you can clearly see it looks like Summer's wearing like a little sundress. I don't think she has on a swimsuit at all. But Hunter said when she got done swimming, they bought an outfit with her to change into because they were supposed to go to Jonesboro for this big water park. I'm not exactly sure what water park he's speaking of.
So it looks like it could be like a swim top, like for young girls, and it's got like a little foofy, I don't know, like a ballet would wear around. I forget what it's called, but like it seems like that could actually be a swim outfit. But it also looks like it
Thank you
could
for
be a
being
summer
solid,
outfit,
American
but
honey.
I don't see it being. I mean, summer.
Welcome to the family.
Outfit, but like a summer wear. I don't know if it's more of a poofy kind of thing, or if it's for swimming. Like, who knows? But I definitely know that she can. Excuse me. That she can stand up in this water. She's standing up right now. No floaties needed. Maybe
No
she
hunter need to
drowned,
save her either.
right? Or maybe
No.
the reason why Allie never saw her awake or asleep is because Allie never walked over and
See you
saw
soon,
her.
American honey.
big water park several times. I find it
Tutu,
interesting
yeah.
that Donald Wells also claimed that day that he was out in Jonesboro working about an hour away from home. So that's Jonesboro being mentioned twice regarding
Jonesboro is the Meadows, 45 minutes away. I did a video on it. Check my list. Cindy, show me proof. Send me the exact sundress. Can't tell.
I think she was right. I think you guys were both right, right? You said sundress, right? Crime?
That's what I would describe it as.
Oh, then Cindy O'Terry is as well. Don't confuse her with Sherry O'Terry. But Cindy O'Terry says that. So Jonesboro being mentioned twice. Huh.
Tell me that you know what it is for a
Jonesboro.
fact, because you don't. 100%. You do not. Don't. It's not a sundress.
I just went off on
I've
her,
seen
didn't I?
plenty of kids bathing suits
Just a
that
little
are
bit.
onesies or one piece
I guess I did.
that are like that.
Guess it
Just
is a
little bit.
sundress. Who knows?
She's not Honey Boo Boo. She's not at a pageant.
All right, let's do this.
They don't dress her.
Let's do a poll. There's 185 people in here. We can figure out who's right and who's wrong.
Right.
Matter of fact, it doesn't matter who's right and who's wrong. I just really kind of curious. Does it look like a sundress, really?
That's what it looks like to me. I mean, that's what I would describe it as. Definitely wouldn't call it a bathing suit. You think of a bathing suit, you think of like either one piece or the other videos we've seen of her swimming where she had on like the two piece with the little top and the shorts, but it doesn't look like that at all.
Right. It should be pretty obvious. All right. I guess I should probably hit the enter button instead.
That might help.
It's not letting me even go. Does the bathing suit look like a sundress? Option would be, why is bathing suit in the other question? They're not letting me do that. Okay, we'll get rid of the funny part and we'll just do ask your community. Does the bathing suit? I guess it doesn't. It's not funny now to put it in the first sentence. People, I gotta take that out. Does this? Is this? Let's go with is.
Yeah,
Is
is.
this? Yeah, let's go with is. I haven't had my coffee yet. That's what the problem is here. Is this look like? All right, now you're definitely gonna know I had a problem with this morning. All right, I'm just gonna tell. Obviously, I can't do the same capitals or whatever. I had to really the little A. It's cute little A.
It's just
Basically,
a little egg.
it doesn't matter, buddy. As long as it's an A. You know what I mean? Never had an A in my life.
Right?
All right. See you later,
That's-
though.
That's the first day I've ever had.
First A.
A tomboy. She doesn't wear sundresses, right? Summer's a tomboy. Show me other pictures of her in a sundress that she's constantly in and not dressed in shorts or something else. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I'll have to go back to my pictures. But that doesn't look like anything that she's
Thank
worn.
you so much for that.
Again, the Meadows 45 minutes away with no traffic. Again, it's twists and turns. I believe even if you drive as fast as they said, Don, you could not get home in 20 minutes, 22 minutes, 25 minutes. It would take you 35 minutes to 40 minutes, especially depending on the traffic when you left during the end of the day or rush hour. You collected your tools. I mean, come on. There's so many problems with this.
the same day. Anyway, Hunter said that Candus's plans for the water park apparently changed to swimming because she had to go grab her mother. Perhaps Candus didn't expect her mom to be ready to leave the hospital so soon. I'm not sure. So from Allie's house, they went to the hospital and picked up Grandma. Not even like 10 minutes later, Hunter said it was time to go to Walgreens and put the prescription in. He didn't know what it was for. She never named the medication.
Now, if we look here,
timeline.
Sure, O'Terry could be right. Right? I see a 5-year-old in a 2-piece. Why do they even make 5-year-olds 2 pieces? I have no freaking clue. It should be illegal. You should get a ticket or arrested
Facts.
if you have your kids under 18 Well, actually, under the age of 14 or 15, I guess as they grow and mature and have decisions or get into high school, 14, 15-ish, yeah, two-piece is fine. But honestly, up to like 12 years old or 13 when they start puberty, or 12 or 8, some girls start earlier than men, right? So you got to think like this is a menu for a pervert. This is like putting stick figures on the back of your vehicle so they know how many kids and animals to kill before they have a clear house to rob you, right? You might as well put their social security numbers in, their ages. You're giving a menu to a pervert if you put stick figures on the back of your car for your kids and your family members and how many animals you have, right?
She did have a pink one.
Stupid. Too. Letting people know that you're in Las Vegas partying it up. Yeah, so go to my house and rob it if you want. Here, I'm on Facebook showing you everything, or TikTok. I'm not even home. Have a field day. Think about it. What are we doing as a society? We're not protecting a 5-year-old little girl by giving her a two-piece running around. Candus and Don,
Having
is
her
it
on
good
TikTok
for
and
the
Facebook
fucking
too.
gander and the goose because you have a TikTok and social media and you want it to blow up? Exploiting a little girl. You want to talk about us creators exploiting a little girl? Look what the hell you're putting on your Facebook, your social media, your TikToks. August 22nd, 2020. She is what? 4 years old. February 4th, 2021. She turns 5. Now coming up on February 2022, she's going to be 6. So that means they had a 4-year-old in a fucking two-piece. You pieces of shit. How dare you exploit your daughter this way? And any parent that has your 4-year-old or 5-year-old running around in a two-piece, re-fucking think your thoughts on what you should be doing. Because right now, here's a lesson. How dare you, Candus and Don, exploit a little girl?
So I'm not even going to get mad at the old me for that. I think that was very timely for that. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, a 4-year-old in a two-piece. What the hell is wrong with them?
Exactly. I don't agree with that either.
It's no wonder why everybody wanted to just run. Thank you, Lead with Love, for that PayPal, by the way. I wanted to say, yeah, I mean, how can you not go run with that whole other thing once it's thrown out in front of you with the whole essay, right? You'd have to take that through this whole case we did. We had to because it was pushed in our face at the very beginning, almost.
Yeah.
Like we almost had to run through like mostly 3/4 of this case like this so far. With that whole narrative, right? Looking at that every time. And now this would make you think like, yeah, he did something to his daughter, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's the way that all of that made it look. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd make you wonder about Hunter or one of the older brothers and Don. That's exactly what it would do. But if that's not into play and you're like, damn, she should have they need to put her in, not a two-piece and just try to be better parents. Like that's what you got to think, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and beat up a dead horse on that, but like, yeah, that's the start of it.
Upon predators. No wonder why you had to worry about your daughter getting gone every time you left the house, because your dumbass decisions with you and your wife on clothing, even. It goes all the way down to that. Forget how she slept in between you every night. Forget how she showered with you. Dawn, a mother at some point at 4 years old should be taking over and showering the daughter, right? You got 3 sons. Most of them should be able to take care of themselves. Candus maybe tried showering yourself and take care of your daughter, but you can't now because she got gone because you two fucking idiots don't know how to be parents.
Touche.
And you think this is healthy? Got my blood boiling.
I can tell, Doug.
I got 2 boys, thank God. Because if I ever saw my daughter in booty shorts at 10 years old,
This guy.
I'd go to jail for smacking the shit out of anybody who put them in booty shorts. You exploit my daughter to where she could get gone or get killed, I'm smacking the fucking shit out of you to knock your brain back into place.
Wow, I was really angry then.
Yeah, like you were very angry.
I would never I would never smack a lady. I would just leave. Like, believe me, it would never be like that. Maybe Candus. I'd smack Candus's mullet. That's for sure. I would definitely smack her mullet. I mean, you can't blame me if I get all mullet. If I get all mullet. Disgusting. Hyundai horse. Yeah, I was on the Hyundai.
Hyundai.
The Hyundai. Yeah. My 7 few 2-piece summer long. What does that even mean? You have trouble with this one. My 7 few 2 pieces. Summer long me. Yeah, I agree. Whatever that means. Try that one again, Jessica. I know you can't redo that one, but you can rewrite it. Swim shorts, something, right? Swim shorts, tank top. Yeah. That'd be right. Weirdos. I hate these. I hate these parents. I mean, I really, even offering that $280,000 worth of rehab for them made me cringe.
I know. And then for them to turn around and be like, "Oh, nah, we're not doing that." That made it even worse. That kind of showed me right there that they were really not as dedicated to getting their life together as what they wanted people to believe like they were.
They don't care about those kids, man. They've lost every kid that they've had. And Don, you should have lost every kid down the shower drain first before you chose to like procreate anymore. Yeah, that should be like not. That should be. You should have a note on your wall, a sticky note. This is a bad idea to procreate. Or just look at Candus and you're like, ugh, right? You're like, basically, I really could get on board with that, buddy. You know, I really.
I ain't even gonna ask how much alcohol was involved with that decision.
Basically, every time I rail her, she looks just like this.
Oh God. Oh Lord.
You man. She stop bubble, snot bubble, snot bubble. The Mexican mafia, bikers. Yeah, whatever. Oh my gosh! Like who bought? Like anyone buy that? Like I never bought any one of their pranks. Never one.
Nope.
How dare man or any woman exploit a little kid this way?
I'm gonna let Doug finish. He's obviously on a good one.
Notice it's typically the moms that are unfit, unhealthy, unruly. Look at Honey Boo Boo. It's always the weird mom with the chance of the beautiful daughter living vicariously through them. This sickens me. And I'm not weight shaming. I'm not fat.
Yeah, no, they don't. Doug, I got you. So it's always like that really, really big dance mom that's in the back, like doing the dance and like,
yeah,
right. Smile. They do this.
Yeah,
like they need Richard Simmons in front of their asses instead. Flexing, squeezing, hold.
Exactly. See, I can't get on board with any of that either. These I've actually seen like these pageants where they're actually putting their toddlers out there in full makeup and
yeah.
Like,
haven't you seen those shows like 16 and pregnant, and then it goes to 18 and stripping, and 21 and hookering? I mean, I think that's the way it should have gone. I think they should have made 2 more different series, but yeah.
I'm like, why? What happened to letting our babies be babies?
What about the I don't know, I'm gonna get started on the drag races for kids. And I'm not talking there's no cars involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Shaming.
Yeah.
I'm not person shaming here. This is the reality, people.
Group hug.
If you don't smack the shit out of either one of the parents, if you're a parent of the person putting them in this, if they don't understand by you verbally telling them, then your daughter gets gone. She gets molested. She gets all the bad things that possibly could have happened this summer. It's behavioral. God, I'm so pissed right now.
Smoke a bowl, Doug. Just smoke a bowl, Doug.
Shaq.
Put it in a cup.
What is it? A
Just put a
menu
bong
here?
whip.
Here's a silver platter for all you perverts, all you chomos, all you predators within 8 miles of my house. If you live in an area, you should check the registry, check who's in your area. Be proactive.
Before you
What
even
the
move.
fuck is wrong with people today? Here it is, right in front of our faces. Look at Summer Wells as a 4-year-old, 4.5, in a 2-piece, running around like she's an adult. Let me film you on these really weird rocks with this waterfall where you could fall 4 feet, hit your head, and kill yourself. But it's good for the goose. It's good for the gander.
Or if I'm setting that right.
Better check yourself if you're a parent. Have your 4 or 5-year-old or 6-year-old or 7-year-old or 8-year-old or 9-year-old or 10-year-old or 11-year-old or even 12-year-old in a 2-piece, taking them around, offering them out to all these perverts, and then putting them on social media like this is the way to go. Like, hey, I don't give a shit as long as I get the views. This seems like the creators filming a dead sister when they don't even care about a dead sister. And I know for a fact, but they like to go over there, and it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, it's good for the views. Bullshit. Exploitation is real, whether it's a dead sister, Summer Wells, who's missing. Dead sister's totally different, or stepsister, which I know, again, you're using as a stepping stone, and poor, and I really feel bad for your stepsister and the family. I hope she rests easy and your family, but you're a bad person and exploit people just like the people you hang out with. Why would they keep the company like us? Because it's easier to keep the bad company, the people who agree with them, the drug addicts, the felons. Do I have a felony on my record? Fuck yeah, I do. From when I was 18 or something. Fixed it. But whatever. It's like, I'm 40 now. I learned to change. I learned that you don't steal, you don't rob, you don't do drugs, you don't do this, you don't do that. Long ago, my parents taught me that. None of their parents, Don, Candus, none of them are teaching their kids how not to be any of these things. They're teaching them how to talk bad to each other, how to have a dysfunctional relationship, how to provocative. I was going to say provocate, which is procreate and provocative together. And that's not even a word, but it should be. You're doing that to your kid, right? What is Victoria's Secret? I don't know. Maybe she was 18 and told it. I didn't lose my virginity till I was 18 years old. No bullshit. Did I have my chances or whatever before that? Yeah, but I was a straight edge. I was high school sports, all that mattered. Nothing. I had a girlfriend, this and that, but that wasn't my focus. I always thought about what happens if I have a kid. My dreams and everything that I want to give that kid, the dream of mine, wouldn't be possible because I would never get to that point. My first kid I had at 24. Second at 27. 3 years apart to the day. I have never lost a kid. I have 2 straight A students, 2 kids that I adore, 2 kids that I spent time with, and I got to finish Christmas shopping yesterday with. Together as a family, right? This is not a family. What we're looking at is an exploitation. It's a front. It's what's good for them. Candus could be whatever she wants. Don can do whatever he wants. They have an open relationship. I guarantee you that they were sleeping around on each other. Don walks around with a spackle kit and a condom in his pocket, just the same as she probably does. They are not good parents, not good people. Not saying that you can't have an open relationship and succeed or do whatever. It's none of my business how other people do things. But this seems like they had anybody to their house who was a drug addict, a sexual deviant, somebody who plays a flute, somebody who has no place to go, somebody who fights with his wife and comes over here and tries to hit on Candy Hair, who in God's name, who would want to hit on Candy Hair? I don't know. I wouldn't touch her with my penis and someone else pushing, but that's just me. I would stay celibate the rest of my life if her and I were the last people on earth. I still wouldn't want the rock, the tree, or the sun or anybody to know that I would even stoop to that level. Just saying. get through this.
And they went through the drive-through. They were told it would be a 30 to 35-minute wait, and Hunter said it was a long line. While they were in the drive-through, that's
Hold on. Screw this. It's called Walgreens, right?
Walgreens. This call may be recorded. For COVID-19 vaccine and testing questions, press your entry is invalid. For COVID-19 vaccine thanks for calling Walgreens at the southeast corner of Topanga and Canoga Park. Para continuar en español, oprima 9.
Hola, ¿qué pasa?
Just to let you know, this season's flu shot is now available. It's important to help protect yourself.
All right. Let's go. Pharmacy.
Okay, you can say refill a prescription, prescription status, get the pharmacy hours, or say help me with something else. Prescribers press pound.
Pharmacy.
Okay, I'm connecting you to someone who can help. Just so you know,
Gracias.
the pharmacy's open
Por ejemplo,
till
you
6
hear
p.m.
Happy
today,
Valentine's. No está
and
aquí.
tomorrow they're open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. By the way, they're closed for a meal break Saturday and Sunday from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m.
Thank you.
Please remain on the line to speak with a member of our staff. We're sorry, our staff is answering other calls. Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
Oh, wait. When they answer, we're going to talk. We're going to find out how long does it take? How long is the wait? Do they service the drive-through first? And what's the typical wait time, even if it's not busy and when it is busy? Let's find out. Because why would you leave if they say it's going to be 10, 15 minutes? Why would you go to a swim hole to waste time? I don't get it. Better be sorry.
Hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
Amber Alert, apparently, guys, on the screen. 14-year-old Haley Giadoni was just abducted from Fairview, Texas. Anybody has any, so we can get the next story. Thank you, Grandma 7.
Please hold on and we'll be with you shortly.
No, I know how it depends on how busy they are. That's why I said it would take a different amount of time if they're not busy to when they are busy. What do they service first? There has to be a protocol, right? Walgreens has a protocol on how long that they should take to service a person at the counter. It's probably in their handbook, how long it takes to service somebody through the drive-through, who gets what first, who takes priority. That's how it goes. While I'm waiting, we'll go ahead and keep listening.
when Don, Candus's husband, called. So he calls her talking about this dude named, and his name was redacted, was on the property, apparently the Wells property, that's been there like a week or so, keeps stalking other kids. Hunter was confused. Hunter said if Don was supposed to be working, he wouldn't know that some dude was back on their property stalking kids. This part kind of just is really curious. Hunter said he heard what was going on in their conversation because Hunter asked Candus why Don called. And then Don said this man has been up on the property for like a week or two trying to touch little kids. It just made no sense. We don't know who this man is, basically. Hunter said, though, it could be true because she's had this guy in the past. And that's when Hunter goes off on a tangent. He asks his mom, Billy, remember Billy, right?
Billy is the guy that Grandis would have stalking her woo-woo when he fought with his wife.
Until he got arrested, apparently some guy was causing problems on the Wells property too. Allie said, yeah, Billy was an old drunk. That was a friend of theirs that used to get in arguments with his wife. His wife would then kick Billy out of the house, and he would go up to the Wells property, apparently, and sleep in the sheds on the property. Billy had the hots for Grandma Candus, and he wasn't allowed around the little kids. Now, this part got confusing because at first, Hunter is talking about Don calling Candus that day, June 15th, when Summer disappeared, claiming that some guy who had been on the property for a week was going after little kids. But then Hunter starts talking about some other man named Billy from the past. I don't really see the correlation. Why did Don call Candus?
Billy, put me back on hold, you fuckers. Good one. They're like, hello, please hold. Oh, man, why even answer?
He calls her every 2 hours, according to Hunter, because he works. Hunter said, I thought he was just doing his daily check-in. How does he even know that if he's supposedly working about the guy, of course, on the property? Hunter said, I thought that was just suspicious. Some people are wondering, why would Hunter have suspicions at this point? Because Summer wasn't even reported missing at this point. I think what Hunter means is he found it suspicious that Don would call Candus and supposedly be at work, but then randomly start talking about some men on their property attempting to go after little kids. It's very.
Which means was on with the boys when they were home watching TV and didn't go to work, and was his Subaru left at work at the job place that day, or someone else using it, like one of his workers, right? One of his workers is driving it. That means the S or Starlink will show that it was places in. What if he stopped ours? How many differences here? I don't understand.
Strange. Hunter kind of jumped around in his story, and Chris McDonough did a great job of trying to keep him back on track on the timeline, making sense. But Hunter said, yeah, and then later when Candus called me and she told me what happened, he said I was with my girl at the time just hanging out in Bristol Park, some type of park.
And his girl's family very slightly. But he wants you guys to know that, oh no, I would never probably do anything with Candus. I've got a girlfriend, right? I'm very, very loyal to her. Yeah, right.
Park there. Hunter claimed that Candus called him while him and his girlfriend pulled up to that park and saying Summer's missing. Then Hunter said she was at the ball field. All through the interview, there was in her confusion.
I'm calling the one near me. They're open still. I'm calling my local Walgreens. I actually pick up medication there in the past. I have no problem with them knowing my number, but they're not picking up. I will get that information for you guys, though. I think that's an important part of the timeline. Again, anybody who goes through the drive-through usually gets their stuff in 15 minutes or less because they want to keep the drive-through moving. And I've seen it happen. I've been in the drive-through.
Because one singular name is not used to identify one singular person. After Walgreens, Candus had to go get cigarettes. It's a place near a daycare or kitty college. There's a discount tobacco store by McDonald's. No, he says by Long John Silver's right across. If you watch Chris McDonough's most recent interview, you will see great video footage of all these places. It really it brings the story to life and you can see what's what. At this point, Grand front, Hunter was in the middle, and Hunter asked to sit on the side. So he sat behind Candus's mom. It was just Candus who went in to buy cigarettes, a puff bar, and nicotine vapes. It was a black and purple vape, apparently, but Candus had a blue Skittles one. Hunter did say that Candus bought the twisted tea. She bought just one. Hunter said it was in a can. At this point, Hunter just said, I just know that they had to have done something because she did not walk off that property. So Hunter has his suspicions about Don and Candus and their involvement, if any, with Summer's disappearance. Anyway, after that, purchasing those vapes and stuff, Hunter said Candus went with
Hunter may just be our key besides the boys at home. You no wonder why we don't hear about them or where they're at or much about it and the gag orders on this and that. Believe me, that's our hold. That's our secret. They're holding their cards close to their chest. Believe me, TBI and Hawkins County know what happens to Summer Wells.
with him and her mother and Summer to the Horse Stables Park. This is the Warriors Path Stables Park. Grandma, she's just in the car. So Candace's mom stays in the car at first. At that moment, Summer was holding Hunter's hand. He said like this because she gets cold when the windows are down. So that's a little confusing. People know that it was 78 degrees that day, but part of me can understand because I saw in that video, that last video of Summer, I tend to call it, when Candace is driving and she asked allegedly her mom, is Summer's arm still up? I can tell that Candace has her driver's side window all the way down. So if both windows in the front were all the way down, and you know how the wind really whips and blows into the back seat, and I know sometimes kids don't like that. It's too much wind blowing back on them even on hot days. I mean, it was 78. It was not 88 according to my research. So maybe she still got a little bit too chilly or too much wind. So it kind of makes sense to me as opposed to if a car is.
Candace does not like air conditioning. She said this. She hates air conditioning. She keeps the windows down because she can't smoke with a 5-year-old with the windows up, which I believe they probably would do anyway because they're shitty parents.
Stable and stationary. If the windows are up, of course, that's a whole different deal. But anyway, Hunter said we was just watching TikTok. Summer seemed normal. Hunter described that Candace's phone was right there in the middle console when Don had called. So apparently he's jumping back to the Walgreens moment now. Candace said, everybody be quiet. So we all was quiet. This all rings true to me. The fact that Hunter said Don would call every couple of hours, I don't think he trusted Candace too much. You know, it might have been more than just a husband checking in with his wife during a workday to see how are you doing. It might have been more check up on her to see what she was doing. And by Candace saying, everybody be quiet, and Hunter said we all was quiet, it sounds like perhaps she may not have wanted Don to know who she was with. That's just what I surmised from that. So when everyone was quiet, Hunter said Candace's mom was going through her phone. Hunter said I turned my phone off till she was done. So it makes sense if they were going through TikTok videos, and if you don't have your headphones on, which you probably didn't, and if he's just scrolling through with Summer listening to these loud TikToks, that can be distracting.
You'd also shut off your phone if you're saving your battery. That car may not have a charging source, right? It may be so old that they can't charge their phones and that they're going to need his phone at some point. Hunter isn't hiding. I think he's in either a probation violation or protective custody. That's where I think Hunter is. His dad's a piece of trash, just like Allie. Not good parents either. Moving on.
If someone else is trying to have a phone conversation. Hunter said, I kept listening in on anything suspicious or anything. Now, that's another point where people are saying, wait a minute, why are you, a 15-year-old boy, listening in on this 39-year-old woman's conversation with her husband?
Because he's a jealous son of a bitch. Same reason why he went through her phone. Everybody thinks it was a different day. I believe it was the same day. Because he swapped phones with her. Remember? He switched phones to make her think her phone was somewhere else, and he was in her phone going through her trash. He may not remember time or be on time anytime, but he can damn sure know technology and how to get into someone's shit. I call BS again. They all know the times. They all know what happened. They all decided that the times they weren't going to remember.
Husband. And why are you worried about anything suspicious? Because you guys are all together. But I don't know. Maybe he wondered what the talk was.
Hunter, what time did you have to go to school? Were you late? What was your record? If you're not good with time, how did you make it to school on time? I don't know. Or where you had to be on time.
About this person wandering the property. So when Candus got off the phone with her husband, Hunter asked, what was the call about? And that's when Candus said, look, there's been this dude, and Hunter kind of trailed off. At that point, he started talking about the swimming hole, as it were, but he said, I don't even know if it's allowed to be called a swimming hole. That's why I call it that place. So I understand why he said that in terms of that video I did about summer swimming at the horse pond. I'm not even sure if swimming is allowed in that area. I read reviews about it and all that stuff. So maybe it isn't allowed to be called a swimming hole because people probably don't want to encourage others to bring their kids over there if it's not a safe place
Makes
to swim.
sense.
At this point, Hunter admitted, yeah, Candus gave him that twisted tea as soon as we got out the car. As far as alcohol for herself, Hunter said no, Candus didn't have any alcohol because she had to drive. And Chris asked Hunter, did you ask for it? And Hunter admitted not until after she got it. I'm not going to lie. And we was both hitting the vape, he said. He vapes when he has them. So it's something he's done before. That part also rang true to me because he admitted,
We were both hitting the vape. Again, it was not a tobacco vape. We lied the whole time through this and the interview is what H is going to say eventually about the vapes, right? He's going to come clean and be like, yeah, they were the THC vapes, the Delta 8, the Delta 10s or whatever. They weren't the nicotine ones because they just rather give me cigarettes because they went and got cigarettes right down the road from another place they get cigarettes from. Why would you waste gas and drive just to save $1 on cigarettes? Because they're cheaper? I don't know. Wasting time and wasting gas and wasting money seems to be something these wells do.
I'm not sure who Candus initially bought the twisted tea for. Maybe she bought it for herself and then Hunter asked for it and she gave it to him. Maybe she bought it for him all along. I don't know. Hunter said Summer was in the water because I was drinking the tea at the time. I was just standing around, me and her mom. I'm not sure if he means I was just standing around me and Summer's mom. I think he means, so I think I was standing around me and Candus looking at funny videos, TikTok and Facebook. He said it was a normal conversation, what we've done in the past. Again, he mentioned that him and Candus hadn't seen each other in a while. We were just hanging out. This is when astutely Chris asked, does she like you? No, she has a...
Well, I'm just glad she's not showing the picture when he got his shirt off laying on the bed with her.
Yeah. Yeah, and Hunter did say that he had not talked to Candus or seen Candus in a while.
Yep.
But what was all those messages on June the 4th? Because I don't consider that to be a long, like
Less than 2 weeks.
Exactly. 10, 11 days is not a long time to go.
That was the last time we saw each other, probably. Yeah.
But he was totally making it sound like they hadn't talked in like months.
Well, this is why I always thought if they did it, Don and Candus, that they would have used him as a fall guy or set him up because like Don would have been pissed at the Hunter for the whole Candus and Hunter thing. Right. Yeah. And he can tell Candus, the only way I bought you that Subaru, you were supposed to be a good woman and everything like that. And the reason why I took it to work that day is because I took it from you to teach you a lesson. He didn't take it for convenience. He took it from her. He bought it for her. He took it back from her when they were fighting, I believe.
That's what I think too.
Make a point.
Because it makes no sense. Why would he suddenly decide to take all of his tools that were already in his truck,
throw them in a brand new car,
and throw them in a brand new car and take the car? It doesn't. Yeah. It's not adding up. I mean, unless of course the truck was broke down or there wasn't enough gas in it for him to get to work, but he didn't say that.
The husband. That's what Hunter.
That's weird. I love plunder, and I don't anything during a case that I'm working unless it's some BS that we need to.
I'm partial now.
Is on a narrative or,
I don't love anymore.
Thinking outside of how I already think or what I'm searching, and researching. But when the comments come in and
See you
certain
soon, Raven.
videos are sent to me, I look into
Drive safe.
certain things.
Thank you.
Now, why would Hunter answer this question this way? Is to deflect
Yes,
the fact
Roxy.
that he was banging Candus. Moving on.
He just treated me like her adopted son. At that point, Grandma was still in the car because she had to call and get her phone turned on. And by turned on, he meant there was no minutes left to it. So Grandma had a straight talk phone and she needed to put money in there to buy more
I thought
minutes.
she had Verizon. Didn't she have Verizon since I was the only one that got service up there? Or was it AT&T or something? One of the two? She was the only one that had. She was the only one that had the working phone all the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do know that Dawn and Candace both said that Grandis's phone was the only one that would call out from up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I do believe
I
somebody did mention
I
something
think it
about
is AT&T.
Verizon.
I think it's AT&T or Verizon,
Right.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Verizon came out. If you remember, Verizon came out with in the beginning with the cell towers for the first responders, since there was no service down there. So they actually brought in those mobile cell towers
Yeah, they did.
at first. Yeah.
Minutes. At that point, Summer was in the water. Hunter said, I just see her swimming like usual. And then he wanted to show them precisely how Summer was taking TikToks. I mean, you might see me throwing out the gang sign, Hunter admitted. But he said, I don't do TikTok. I do pictures with my girl. That's it. Candus was just taking a video. She took a whole video of me, Hunter said, her mom.
So Candus says she's got tons of videos that he's made TikToks out of on her phone. Again, another problem. I don't know if she's going to mention this right now. I haven't watched it. But again, remember, that's another piece of this puzzle.
And her and Summer that day. At some point, Grandma Candy got out of the car. At some point, she just gets out of the car when she's done with her phone. And then they tell me about that water park, Hunter said. So he's bringing up the water park again. I'm not sure why they didn't go there, if they ever went there or not. Chris asked, so you see a point where Summer goes underwater? And Hunter says, 10 to 15 seconds. Then he says, I go in, calm as heck, because I know she might be messing around.
But I thought she was only up to her ankles or shins, Candace. Well, was she or not?
Exactly.
You don't start drowning when you're in like ankle high water. As long as you have
in the video right here, the TikTok video, she looks like it's much deeper than that.
Yeah, she could be squatting down too. She's a small girl. She was only like 3.5 feet tall, like 30 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 4 feet tall, 30 pounds, 35 pounds. I mean, that body disintegrates real quick through the death process, and I don't want to get graphic or anything, but I'll let you know, like our friend Michael Hatzel calls kids Snickers bars, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically, because they go quick. Yeah, a couple hours. Straight Talk runs on Verizon towers. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought everybody runs off people AT&T or Verizon
I know
towers.
she might be messing around. What does that mean?
Allie got up and left the table. I'm not sure if she just had to deal with the dog or if this point in the conversation was a bit too much. It was an interesting time to get up and leave. Chris asked, do you think she was injured? Referring to Summer. And Hunter admitted she could have been. She could have been when she got back into the car. Hunter is saying he doesn't know. It's like he's alluding to secondary drowning as a possibility. It's not that he's saying that's
Eye
what
drowning,
happened,
right?
but
Same thing.
he said like how the water gets through your lungs and everything else, and how she was in the hot car. So he's going to talk a little bit more about how much time.
All right, so here's where the hot car scenario comes in, right? Hunter says something about a hot car, but I'm thinking more of the dry drowning issue, or her head getting hit, or the water taking her out.
Think about it. If she's driving in that car without in a booster seat or seatbelt, really, like even if the seatbelt was around her, like if she slammed on the brakes going fast, Hunter would go up and probably hit her neck or break her neck on the windshield or on the seat in front of her or something. Depending on how she goes forward. I mean, she's so light and whatever, she'd probably jerked out of that seat if Candace slams on the brakes, right? Like if a car's in front of them, like Summer could fly, nail something, break her neck. Yeah.
Yeah, that could definitely happen.
Yeah, so like did that milk day happen on that way, or was that Grandis in the front seat, or was that Hunter in the front seat? I still have a hard time thinking that was even Grandis. Tomorrow we'll have that video up for you guys. We'll be going over that part, as well as the the round table talk over at Allie's house. So tomorrow's a big one. But yeah, like,
It's definitely going to be good.
yeah, well, you got to insert the milk jugs here at some point, because like,
Yeah,
if
that's
that's the case, Hunter still never knew where he put them, right? And why wouldn't you put them on the floor so if they fell over, they wouldn't, like, nothing would happen with the tops. But like, had they fallen where he had it under Summer's arm, it would have broken busted the top off, and milk would have gone everywhere. Right?
yeah, that's the part that never made sense to me is why would you get out of the car and stuff them up underneath Summer like that if she was asleep?
Right.
Why not just set them in the floor? It would be a whole lot quicker, easier, and the more logical solution.
Right. I'll have to look it up. I don't know if it's Verizon or AT&T. Excuse me. I think they started to share everybody's towers. Everybody's sharing everybody's. It's like,
I think so too. I have my phone is Straight Talk, but when you power it off and turn it back on, it says "Welcome to Track Phone."
mine's like straight up,
So
dog.
it says Straight Talk. It says Track Phone. It who knows?
Yeah, mine turned to T-Mobile now. It used to be Sprint.
And something happened. You're getting caught under one of those logs, right? We saw logs in the water, right? So the logs are in the water. That doesn't mean that Summer can't get wedged underneath the logs. I did here.
They had to wait in the car while the women went shopping. He said, and how she was in the hot car while they went to the stores and everything. But anyway, at that point,
Why the women went shopping? Why would he stay in the car with Summer if all the women are going shopping? Isn't Summer a woman?
when he saw Summer under the water, Hunter said, I just dropped my shirt down. I just threw myself into that water to see if she was okay. So you got scared, Chris asked. A little bit, yeah, Hunter. He just said spooked, shook. He said, yeah, I was like, Summer, but I don't know if you can hear underwater. He said, I could see her. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. I just pulled her up, bring her up to my shoulders and say, are you okay? She goes, yeah. She didn't spit up water. She was just laughing. Hunter said, I was just saying, because after the effect of that, he said, because it was a short period of time before they dropped me off that they said she was missing. And I think he means this whole thing happened at the swimming pond, horse pond. And then it was a short period of time after they dropped me off that they said she was missing. He's in essence saying he's relating the little event at the swimming hole, whatever happened, and he's not exactly sure how much time she was actually underwater. He just, I guess, found it odd that only a short period of time after that.
I mean, how did Candus not see that? You know what I'm saying? How would Candus not see her underwater just because she's looking at her phone? Like Hunter, first thing he would have done is, hey, she's a Summer. Are you okay? Something like that, and then they would turn, right? They turn around and see something but Grandis would have said something too, right? Why wouldn't, if Grandis was standing down there with them, why wouldn't she have done something? Why wouldn't she have grabbed Summer? Because obviously that didn't happen right away. They were there for a while. So Grandis would have already got done with her phone and came down like she said they were, or they said she was. I just don't see Grandis being there at all.
No, I don't think she was there at all. And I question whether or not the whole near drowning incident even happened.
No.
I don't. It
left us to believe something happened at the swim hole, though, right? It was a good thought process. Like, whatever they are, they're good criminals, decent criminals. They get caught always, but like,
we're telling ourselves, right, Doug?
Yeah, buddy, you do. You're telling yourself all the time.
That's right, buddy. Tell them
Don does for sure. At this point, I don't know. I think Candus might be a little bit more criminally minded than he is, because she slipped up things here and there, but obviously not enough for her to be charged with anything yet.
Well, like I said, they're not charging her for the CPS stuff, and they're not charging her for giving drugs and alcohol to the minor yet. So I think more is coming for her. I think I think we're like months away. I would hope we're months away, maybe 2 months, 3 months away from some circumstantial evidence break.
I hope something breaks. It's gonna happen.
I don't know if we heard a grand jury was meeting a while ago, and that never really happened. So I wonder if they'll have something like that soon. Hey, Christine, good to see you. Christine, Yvonne, can you get her late pass, please? Christine needs one.
I said you're late.
You're late.
Christine,
like
you're late.
3/4 of the show late.
I said quit being late.
Christine,
You're so late.
Christine,
You're so late, Christine.
Being late. Thank God you got the late passes.
Yeah, Christine. What happens next time? Next song is this for you.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that. coming in late like that. We do
Yeah,
have the best
Christine.
troll mods, though. We do
do.
have some pretty rogue
Yes,
troll
Christine.
mods.
You're busted, Christine.
Busted. Can't come in here and say hello like we didn't see you the whole time.
Dropped him off, and then
We
he
got
hears
you.
just a few hours later, Summer's all of a sudden missing. But Hunter said, oh, it was like 4 seconds between when he saw her underwater till he got her up out of the water. What was Candus doing when Summer was underwater? Candus was talking to her mom, according to Hunter. Grandma Candy was looking for flowers. She always picks flowers everywhere she goes.
Yeah, but you're not allowed to pick those because all those are state flowers, and you're not supposed to pick them. They're illegal or something, right?
No,
Illegal or a
it's
sick bird or something.
it's not the flowers themselves, it's the location. You're not allowed to take anything from a state park.
Right.
That's the
So when they
that's
set the
the issue
vigils
with
up over
that.
there, like were they allowed to go and pick up their stuff, or did they have to leave it there? I think you have
Well,
to
no, I
leave
mean,
it, right?
if it's stuff they brought in, then yes, they can take it, but you're not allowed to pick flowers or remove trees or anything like that from a state
So that's why
park.
they had to take them out of the side of the house that they planted them on last time, probably, and
Yeah.
then change it to cactus. And when we were watching that yesterday, I don't think the Paw Patrol stuff, and I have to find the news clipping. I know I have it on my channel somewhere. I don't think the news saw next to her trailer any type of Paw Patrol, any type of deal like that. Those planters and everything were set up
No.
for the Chris McDonough thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
This is
in
so
that
busted.
very first news interview, I do remember when they showed where they were saying, planting the cactuses. There was no toys in there.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it was all pretty much grown up.
Well, it was
weeds.
not even it was not even planting. It was repotting. It was repotting cactus. Again, a 5-year-old is going to be like, "Ow, ow, ow! I'm going back inside."
Exactly. I need a band-aid.
Yeah. Well, that's too bad, little Summer. Your mom doesn't know how to put a Band-Aid on. She's gonna have to go take you to Jody Sue to do this.
Exactly. You don't have a band-aid, have a peppermint.
They should all just take a spearmint. All of them.
Exactly. A whole bucket
I guess
full.
they go there. Every time. She said they were very pretty flowers. She wishes she could pick some of them. That was what they were talking about. Hunter said before I went to go grab her. He means Summer. Yeah, I was staying focused on Summer mainly, kind of like the lifeguard, Chris said. I could be staring down, Hunter said, and still see you. I totally understand that. I use my peripheral vision a lot, so I understand what he means. Hunter said,
Oh, this thing. That's like a loose grip for what he actually had him in. Like he had him in a deeper headlock before the filming started.
Yeah.
He had like the crease of his arm around the back of his neck. He could have the squeezing technique.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
the
still don't
nutcracker.
understand why. Why
Well,
did he have
Josie
to?
feels bad right there. Look, Josie's upset about something.
Yeah.
And I guess it could be Don's BO or it smells like spackle or something like that. I don't know. But like, I'm going to have to say it's probably more emotional than anything. Like, he just got accused of doing something to his sister up the hill. Like, what did you do? Right? Didn't Candus yell that according to Jody Sue?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah. But again, do you believe it or not?
things more often than people. No, I didn't see her go
No
underwater.
other kids were in
So
any of
Hunter
the
observes things more often than
videos
people.
either.
He can't
News
observe
clues or
what time it
anything.
is because he's not good with it. Again, I call bullshit.
because she was showing me a TikTok.
Allie, Hunter, Allie's mother, Candus. I'll have some.
With the dogs and the drinks. So that's why the timing
Dev.
is off on how long exactly Summer was underwater. Initially, he said, and then he said 4 seconds. But now it makes more sense.
Look at the dogs. Why were the dogs missing that day? How come none of them ran down the hill, ran down the driveway, ran anywhere? With this video when they do the house video. Well,
Declare.
I call bullshit one more time.
That Hunter admitted he doesn't exactly know how long Summer was underwater because he was actually watching a TikTok that Candus had done with the dogs and the dirt bikes. So a TikTok, imagine, they can be 15 seconds, they can be up to 60 seconds. So imagine if Summer's bouncing around and in that swimming video, you do see her splash herself underwater. So she's
All right, the type of parents they are. Here, write a 50 CC Motor.
There's no way Jose said it on a live last night.
No, unless somebody broke out the Ouija board. That's not possible.
Good one. Good one. Or unless they got Jose B instead of Jose.
Or are we talking about tarot cards and spirit boxes?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm confused. Anyway, Grandis did a lot of work walking for having a bum leg, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially that terrain.
Up
You
and
saw that
down,
terrain? You saw that terrain.
exactly. Up and
Yeah,
down
no.
hills and through rocks and everything else. Super Candus.
Yeah. Jose must have put that leg too far behind her ears.
Oh,
Cycle
God.
with no shirt on, no nothing. You
Knock the
pieces of
cobwebs off
shit,
it.
Donald and Candace Wells. Yeah, let your kids ride a little 50. Not a problem. Have them in the right gear.
Have them in shoes at least.
Jumping around. But imagine
Look at the
Candus
boy
had
in the
taken
top.
a TikTok video.
Look.
A lot. So I'm underwater 60 seconds.
John's
And
face right
in
there.
Hunter's interview, he said, oh no, maybe 10 to 15.
Puppies.
And then
1,
he
2,
said
3, 4,
4
5
seconds.
puppies.
But now it makes
6,
more
7, 8,
sense
9.
that Hunter admitted he
9
doesn't
dogs right
exactly
there.
know how long Summer
Now
was
here comes the
underwater because he
motorcycle.
was actually watching a
101
TikTok that
Dalmatians.
Candace had done with the dogs and the dirt bikes. So a
Right.
TikTok
Even the boys have spackle on their pants. If you look down on his left leg, he's got spackle. None of them have clothing that has no spackle on it. That's so weird.
imagine is they can be 15 seconds.
we go.
They can be
Look,
60
no helmet,
seconds. So
short
imagine if
shirt,
Summer's
no
bouncing
shirt.
around.
Okay,
Yeah,
first
he
thing you
falls,
learn
he's in trouble.
in motorcycle training is your protect.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me.
What the hell? These parents are pieces of shit.
And in that swimming video, you do see her splash herself underwater, so she's jumping around a lot. But imagine if Candace
2,
had
3, 4,
taken a
5, 6,
TikTok
7,
video,
9
published
dogs.
it, and then if Hunter's just standing there watching a TikTok video with Candace, maybe 15 seconds, maybe 30 seconds, at that point, we don't know how gone. It looks like it could be a little bit of a drop, or it's deeper, maybe deeper than Summer's height. She's a short little girl, only 5.
Did they shave her head because they wanted a little boy, another little boy? Did they shave her head because they might have been in the Ku Klux Klan or the Cornbread Klan or something? Because something tells me like
No.
everybody had their head shaved all at the same time. Do you know that?
Yes, there's actually pictures of them in church
Mhm.
of all the kids sitting there. They all had their heads shaved. I 100% believe that's because they had head lice. They had head lice, and
I was
Candace
gonna
did not
say
want to take the time to medicate them and treat it the way it needed to be treated. It was a
Exactly.
lot easier and a lot quicker for her just to buzz their heads and be done.
Or make Summer look like a sick child, so when she puts her on TikTok, she could get donations for maybe a cancer patient child or something. I thought that was one of the schemes. I'm not gonna lie, I really did.
I could
thought
see
that
her
was one of
trying
the-
to do something.
Yeah,
like
no, I
that.
really thought that was one of the plays. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm 100% sure that they shaved their heads because of head lice.
Yeah, I remember. They didn't want to say it. They were embarrassed on live to say it. I think
Yeah.
Don and Candace still have lice. Not gonna lie. It's,
Very slight and slender. There could be a point where she just went out far, and if the adults, or this young man, of course, is still a child, if the adults were distracted and her mom potentially watching her, imagine 15 seconds could have easily gone by before Hunter jumped in and saved her. But I see why they don't exactly know how much time passed. I think that's why that's an issue that we
Right? How long was Summer underwater? How did she get hurt? Did she get stuck under the log? What happened? Bad parenting decision, bad alcoholic decision, bad drug addict decision, bad grandma decision, all of the above.
can't get an exact time period because he doesn't actually know. But Hunter said, but then when I turned my eyes that way, I don't know how long she could have been under there for, but I just seen her under the water and I didn't see her come back up. So it kind of shook me. So I was going to go see if she was okay. It could have been
She's in
longer.
a
he
foot of
admitted.
water.
It could have been shorter. She could have just went under at that point. I don't know. Yeah, I got her out. And then not even like 15 minutes later, we went to grab that prescription that she needed. Yeah, Summer was walking back to the car. So Summer was, according to Hunter, okay enough to walk back to the car. She just seemed perfectly fine. Was there anything wrong? Hunter said, not really, but you got to think as a little kid swimming can tire you out easily. So I don't know if she could have been sleeping.
Point here. That's what we need to know.
When they dropped me off because I thought she was awake. There's just confusion about Summer's condition. I'm not sure if
Her
Summer
elbow looked
really
like an
was
elephant's
okay
knee.
once she was dropped off at Allie and Hunter's house.
You ever seen an elephant's knee
or
before?
if she was just sleeping.
Yeah.
You ever seen like an elephant's knee? It's like all dry and it's all crackly and it's like big and disgusting and changes like weird
Right.
color. Like the back of her elbows look like that. It's gross.
Oh God.
No, it's just that's the hygiene issue. Like, no, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like when her and
Yeah.
BK jumped into that water at the Holiday Inn, you know they had to drain that pool. Yeah.
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah, it's the first time she's had a bath in like 6 weeks at that time. It's all bad.
You like,
Yeah,
lucky the water didn't
Rona.
turn green.
Blech.
And it probably did. It probably did.
Hunter doesn't
Yeah,
even
I
know
know,
she's
right?
awake. And
Ugh.
it differs from what his own mom says. From the water hole, go to this thing called the Hippie House. And again, Chris has a video of this
I have
store on
two
his
phone calls to
channel.
it.
If you visit the
Yeah.
links below, you'll find it.
Don't
And
worry.
Chris did talk to a woman at the Hippie House who remembers Candus being there. The woman would not say if she saw Summer in there. She wouldn't comment about Summer on that day,
Didn't see
June
Summer in there.
15th. Hunter said that the Hippie House sells things like CBDs, THC, vapes. Hunter said that Candus was going to go in there to see what they had in there because they had just opened. He said something about the white one. At this point, Allie was off screen and the dog had started barking in the video. But Hunter did admit that he couldn't go in to this because he's underage. So I'm sure Summer probably wasn't
Bullshit.
allowed to go in. But Candace and Candy went in.
That's
Summer was
wrong. I called. You can go in with an adult. Anyone under Summer could have gone in with an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I called. No, we have those calls. This is wrong. That's wrong. I don't know if Hunter said that, but I guess he might have. I'm assuming that
Yeah. If I remember correctly, he did say that in that interview
yeah, he did
That-
say something like that.
that him and Summer had to sit in the car because they weren't allowed to go in. But it might have been that Candace told them, "Hey, y'all just sit in the car. We're only going to be in here for a minute."
Oh yeah, let me see
It
your
may
phone.
not
Is that when he goes? Is that when he goes through her phone too?
No, I don't believe so.
talking. He had
Not true. You can actually bring in, no matter what age they are, as long as they have somebody over 18 that is bringing them in. They said that is factual to me on the phone. Original Hippie House said, yes, you can come in, you just can't buy anything if you're under 18. That's what they said.
the phone and he'd make Summer swipe. He said, because I don't really watch TikTok. So she was talking about LOLs because her mom was talking about how Summer's grew out of Frozen. Now she wants all these LOLs, like little surprise dolls. She was mainly watching.
So she grew out of Frozen and grew into this right here. Let me.
I thought LOL. I'm so confused on what everything is now. I thought they were talking about the dogs with the big eyes that Candace had in her front of her car. And that LOL dolls.
Yeah. Yeah. LOL dolls are those weird looking dolls with the gigantic eyes.
My House lyrics. Who's saying My House? Do you know?
That was a terrible song.
Yeah, put I want to read this, but Flow Rider's coming up. I don't believe it was Flow Rider. So Christian, like, oh, don't want to rig. Let me see what's coming up. New Breed. That's right. Thank you. My House lyrics. New Breed. Here. You ready?
Ready.
Y'all what's coming in and know you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's all big with a shot in your mouth, shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down, watch it go down. I got mine too, so welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Because these are my people and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we prayed for, and this is my God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand, This is my country. Yeah, this is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. I'm going to stand up for mine. You better believe it because you won't be your day. I guarantee it. You should turn around and walk and get to leaving, or I'll get like this 12 gauge to all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy, because I'm aiming for your head, boy, because I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. All I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, boy. You see the devil in the glance, boy. Devil in the glance, boy. Shaka, knock your pants, boy. Knock your pants, boy. I told you not to fuck with mine. Not to fuck with mine. Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Sounds like a 5-year-old song.
Have mercy, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Y'all, what's coming in and know you're backing out. Know you're backing out. It's hard. And I'm glad I brought your friends. They can watch it go down. I got my house. These are my people. And this is my land. This is what we pray. God's plan, God's plan. If you ain't from here, won't understand. This is my country, yeah. This is who I am. This is who I am. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. I got a baby inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for both of us if you just turn around and leave. Because if you come in this fucking house, then you're too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially in this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way with a 30-30 or 12 gauge. Because this door, you hella wait. My lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case. Mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense. So please approach this with confidence. You'll never know who's watching. You never know what's on the other side of that front door, and your knocking might step out like motherfuckers get dropped. All the neighbors heard the dogs barking. The sun was down.
You hear that
It was
line?
getting dark.
All the neighbors
and
heard
I
the
told
dogs
the
barking.
sheriff,
Yeah.
it ain't no problem, man. I was just talking out the garbage. So if you don't mind, please excuse me. I'm with the family trying to watch a movie. I'm sure you got better things to do to get on. Get back to doing them. Y'all, what's coming in? And now you're backing out. And now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought they can walk down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Because these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. God's plan. And if you don't ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. Yeah, this is who I am. Who I am. So welcome to my house. My house. Lord have mercy.
Have mercy.
Nasty
My
lyrics.
kids never listened to Eminem.
Well,
That's when they were older.
There's a hole in the bottom of the sea.
True.
There's a hole in the bottom of the sea.
Yes, it was.
There's a hole.
There's a hole.
There's a hole.
There's a hole.
There's a hole in the bottom of my
sea.
floor. How you get down to the dungeon? This is how you get down to the dungeon. Take the pole. Take the pole. Do a line to the cocaine Olympics. The fuck is wrong with you, Don and Candus? My house.
5-year-olds listening to Wheels on the Bus or
Eminem?
ABC songs.
Fuck is wrong with you guys?
Watching
Excuse my
Pop It.
language.
Yeah,
Hunter
right.
admitted he has impulsive ADHD. Then Allie comes back at that point. Apparently, the women may have only been in the CBD store like 5 minutes, and then Candus came out with 2 vapes, hers and another one that she gave to Hunter. After that, they went to grab that prescription at Walgreens. Walgreens had said the prescription would be ready in 35 minutes, so Hunter is saying that could have been all it took for them to do that running around, apparently to the horse pond and to the
Yeah, right. Elsa was too good of a role model. Let's move on to fucking
Whoa.
my house. The shotgun in your mouth.
hippie
Shotgun in
store.
your
It may have
mouth.
only taken 35 minutes or more. They went through the drive-through again. Hunter said he was sitting in the middle because she was the person that was wet, and so she had a pillow under her. So apparently Summer had a pillow underneath her. He doesn't know where that pillow is now. He says, I haven't been up to their house in like a year, to be honest.
Like a piss pillow, right? That's what we learned. That Candus used to pull, like, instead of pulling over, she used to just sit on it and pee while she's driving.
Yeah. Ugh, that's disgusting.
Have you met my friend Ralph?
Yeah. Blech.
I highly doubt that's the pillow that whoever smelled it, they said it smelled it. But I'll tell you what, that pillowcase could be definitely a problem for us. It could have been something to hide Summer in if she was, well, needing to be hidden. Right?
True.
Be honest. So some people in the video can kind of see a pillow down near Summer's shin. I did see something. I knew it was something. It
Where's the
looked like
car
either
seat?
if Summer had been wearing blue jeans, which she hadn't,
Where's
but you know how
Booster?
people cuff up their blue jeans and the inside of the fabric is lighter. I didn't know if it was like a cuff or her pants, or some people thought it was boots, but it might very well be a pillow down there. Pictured at her shin. It's just the slight corner of it. From there, after, picking up the script from Walgreens, they went to Sonic. They got slushies, blueberry, the one not by Walmart. It said, Allie said that Sonic is on Fort Henry Drive. So
So if they got all of those Slurpees or slushies, where the hell's all the trash and where were the bags of groceries? Nowhere in that car when you saw that video of Summer in the back on the way home. Apparently, if that was that day, right?
No, we didn't see
We
any
didn't.
of that.
No, we didn't. Nothing. Candus, you need to tell us where Summer is. Fast.
then they went to Priceless by the liquor store across from J&J. Candus and her mother went into Priceless. As far as Hunt, they were watching TikToks, listening. Nothing unusual. The only thing that he noticed that was different was that Summer's hair was cut. But of course, he noticed that when he first saw her. He thinks they were in the store for an hour, maybe. So that's quite a long stretch. I would hope all the windows were down at that point. I'm thinking to myself here, if they're going to sit in 78-degree weather for an hour after swimming, just to wait for the women to grow. Hunter said they got groceries for the house. All I seen beside us was the
Wrong people.
milks. The orange soda sitting to Summer. Hunter said, I forgot there was an order. Skittle to Summer. And Allie said that was her candies. Summer's candy, apparently, because her grandma done bought it for her in the store. Another.
Yeah, I don't keep it in a plastic bag. Let's just throw it on the back seat of a car
That works perfect.
we don't usually take, because the car we normally take is the fucking Subaru that Don has. The hell's wrong with people? You guys want the truth? Do you want the truth or somebody to lie to you? Exactly.
Other astute thing Chris mentioned
forgot
is
about
we
that
don't
one.
see Hunter's timeline mentioning food. We hear about slushies. We hear about Skittles. We don't know if it had a good breakfast. Perhaps it was just, kind of go along to get them. Here's a slushie. Here's a little bit of candy. And then we'll
Why am I so attracted to Candace Wells in a jersey and men's shorts? So attractive.
She's hot. I'm gonna pull that mullet so bad.
Oh,
Weirdos, man.
Sit down for
Plug on
I'm
her
not
ears instead.
It's fine. Whatever. She switched to this position. And look at her old picture. She looks like a decent, good-looking female that
Look like a female.
typical, whatever, right? Now she's playing off the role as a woman. She's playing the role as a man. Who
The
was
chick
the
with a D.
aggressor? Who was the discipliner?
She's being the chick with a D.
or get something when we get home. I don't know what was happening with that. Grandma Candy had purchased the Skittles for summer in the store. Now, where does the milk come in? It seems like Hunter started to deflect after this point. He said, the milk, the milk, the milk. Oh, and then at this point, he starts rambling a little bit about first things were in the bed of the truck. He calls that the bed of the truck because it is the bed of the truck compared to the back seat and blah, blah, blah. It just seemed a little bit of deflection to me. Chris got him back on track saying there's a picture of Summer leaning against, those milk jugs. And Hunter just says they put them there. And then he said, well, I put them there in the middle because there's no room on the other side of me. But the thing is, Summer was sitting at the window.
Yeah,
if I could pronounce your name, I would. Whatever the shit. I can't cry. Whatever. I'm just going to tell you right now, it makes amazing me how many perfect parents we have out there. My son was 9 years old. Your son doesn't even know 4 years old. He doesn't rap oldies. Why don't you try playing some oldies or country? At least teach your 4-year-old. My kids used to listen to Tim McGraw, Garth Brooks, George Strait, Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash. And then once I dropped them off, after I realized that my kids weren't in the back of my car and I didn't have to listen to there's a hole in the bottom of the sea anymore, then I could turn on whatever the hell I wanted to listen to. Kids are sponges. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Cry, something, it, Prince, something, it. Whatever your name is. Can you beat even Are You Smarter Than a 5th grader? No, you can't. So that means that when your kid's a sponge, you don't
kind of need are you smarter than like a pre-K or daycare baby? Like I'd be down to take that test. I'd do that. Right. Color, shapes, and farm animals. Maybe a few puzzles, like you said, like 3 or 4 piece puzzles. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Exactly. I got that.
Like 2 to 3 piece puzzles, basically.
Whatever the shit. I can't cry. Whatever. I'm just going to tell you right now, it makes amazing me how many perfect parents we have out there. My son's favorite was 10 and 4. Your son is years old. He doesn't know rap. Why don't you play some oldies country? At least teach your 4-year-old. My kids used to listen to Tim McGraw, Garth Brooks, George Strait, Merle Haggard, Johnny Cash. And then once I dropped them off, after I realized that my kids weren't in the back of my car and I didn't have to listen to there's a hole in the bottom of the sea anymore, then I could turn on whatever the hell I wanted to listen to. Kids are sponges. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Cry, something, it, Prince, something, it. Whatever your name is.
Something.
Can you beat even Are You Smarter Than a 5th grader? No, you can't. So that means that when your kid's a sponge, you don't start putting this shit into their head where there's a shotgun in your mouth. Maybe Tech 9 and Snoop Dogg shouldn't have been your 4-year-old's best music. Moving on.
No. So Hunter is again saying, no, she wasn't even sleeping at the time. I just set them in the middle because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me. And I don't feel like cleaning up truck mess. So Hunter is saying at first the milk jugs were in the middle and the gallons were in the middle. And he also said at one point the milk jugs were on his lap. Chris said that it looked like Summer was against the door though. And Hunter said, I wasn't there when that picture was took. But then that's when Allie sort of has a different viewpoint. Allie says, I think the one with the milk jugs was taken sitting right here in front of my house because that's exactly how that baby was before they left. And I wonder if Allie's right because the photo that has appeared. The first one that came out on June 15th from the Hawkins Public Safety Facebook page, it shows us a little bit more of Summer. It doesn't look like a screenshot from the video. That's the same one where Alice Jensen of No Wonderland Sleuths figured out that Summer's hands were in a different position than that video. So I really think Allie is correct here that that photo might have been taken right there in front of her house, and that is indeed a photo, I believe. And later, when Candus was driving Summer back home on the road with her grandma, that little 7-second video.
They're not good with time, so they probably forgot to feed her. I forgot what time. Oh, I forgot it was breakfast. Oh, I forgot it was lunch. I forgot it was dinner because we do so much drugs. We never fucking eat. Don't break my door, you fucking bitch.
That she provided to Unmasked was taken because by then Summer's hands are in a different position, but both times she's leaning on the milk jugs. Now, I know some people, they find it morbid or they find it whatever to discuss Summer's condition, and some experts believe that, she may or may not have been in distress, but I think it's very important to examine what the heck condition Summer was in. Part of me thinks if there was some type of trouble, if Candus or even her mom knew in their minds that something might be wrong with Summer, it might be human nature to take a photo as evidence, almost as a memorial. If they knew, oh no, something's going wrong with this girl, it's something that has been done in other cases where you see a person take a photo or a video of a person they might not ever see again. All these things are important to examine, not for morbidity's sake, but just to figure out a person's line of thinking or rationale. And this milk has become such an issue that it makes you wonder. Hunter said, "They gave it to me. I had it sitting on my lap until we got out the car. I set them in the middle. I have no idea how the milk bottles got on the side. I didn't see her sleeping because she got out the car because she wanted to talk to her about that thing for Lap Friday." So that's the problem.
The hell is that thing in Lap Friday? What are we missing? Right? Look at Candace's eyes. Exactly.
Was saying she so many times because you have to see who Hunter's pointing at. Hunter is saying, I didn't see Summer sleeping because Candus apparently got out of the car because she wanted to talk to Allie about some type of thing for Lap Friday, the water park. So Hunter admits he wasn't really paying attention when he got out of the car. Was Summer hurt? She could have been. Oh, Hunter was busy getting the other vape from Candus. How did the milk get rearranged is the big question. Hunter said, I have no idea. I could have set them there when I got out. I thought I was sitting in the middle the entire time, but I guess not. So his memory is a little different. A lot of things could have happened to rearrange those milk jugs. Some people have surmised, well, maybe Summer rearranged them herself. Maybe she was leaning on Hunter at one point, and then when he got out, I think it would be kind of heavy for a little girl to be able to pull those milk jugs over to the other side and arrange them like that and lean over. I think there's so much squirreliness around these milk jugs. It's kind of weird. It almost seems like maybe something did happen at the swimming horse pond. I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm just speculating. Something may have happened. Maybe they were worried. Maybe they were.
Yeah, something may have happened at the horse pond. Right? The time when Candace stops and says, I see Summer's face everywhere out there. Yeah, that's guilt.
Yeah.
But where's the guilt coming in? She had to smoke a cigarette too at the horse pond. Like those are my two options: either at the house or at the pond. Two places that could have happened. I can't think of any other place. Can you?
No, it's got to be something either there or once they got back home.
Yeah, they're close. They're close. They just want to find Summer's body or get a confession. They don't want to do a whole trial. I think they're waiting for a confession or something they could stick to them. Besides the CPS cases and besides little crimes. They don't care about the little crimes. Matter of fact, I don't even think they care about Dawn using drugs.
Really just plum tuckered.
Yeah, remember October 2020 right here? Candace got Dawn out of jail. After she's scared for gets out after that black powder gun and the throwing her down and say thing.
Out, people panicked and assumed they would be in trouble. Whatever truth is, can feel free to tell the truth. Not his. If Summer has swim, it should have been her. Contacted him around 7:30 that night. He was over at the park in Bristol with his girl. Hunter didn't even believe. Hunter said,
"Oh, okay, hold on." 7:30 at night, she says that he contacted her. Listen in. That means I'm Pacific time in California. So Tennessee, to me, is 3 hours difference.
I think it's actually 2, I think. You're two in Tennessee,
7:30
right?
Yeah,
would be
it's
an hour
2
Crime and
hours
earlier
Justice?
than
different.
Dawn
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
that's
2
what I thought.
hours
gets
different.
contacted.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Leave because he's going to work through sunset. He's going to work till the end of the day till the sun goes down. The sun didn't go down till 8:32 Eastern time. So if she contacted at 7:30 Eastern time, it's not yet even close to the sun going down, which gives us a time frame because she contacted apparently Hunter before Hawkins County Sheriff or whoever else, or Don or whoever else, right? So an hour before 7:30 Eastern.
Isn't that weird how she contacted everybody else, like Hunter and like Allie and all them before like the cops at 911? Like that's the first call you make, and Dawn had to tell her to call 911. That's kind of odd.
Yeah, you would
He's like,
think,
he's like, Candus, can you call 911? She's like, what's the number, Donnie?
exactly.
I said, call it 911. That's all we have. 911. Damn it, Candus.
I'd call 911, but I can't find the
Eastern
11.
time.
Hawkins County, fucking bitch.
When was the call to the cops? So confused right now.
That's right, Crooked Arrow.
Told me saying Summer is missing. He said, I thought she was pulling my leg because she's known to do that. He turns to his mom saying, you can explain how she does when she gets drunk. She tends to when she gets drunk and high. At the same time, she tends to, she loses the kids, but they're out front in the front yard. That's what I was thinking. That's kind of a scary thought that Candus,
I thought it was no in, no out. I thought you were a helicopter mom, Candace. Oh, you're not?
Yeah.
Oh,
What happened to that?
that's right.
according to Hunter, is so out of her mind sometimes she doesn't even know where her kids are. In the past, Hunter has said, well, no, Summer wasn't missing in the past. It's just that Candus had gotten high and drunk, according to him, and forgot Summer was outside. But this time, it was for real. Candus was like, Summer is missing. So Hunter was like, oh, okay, why don't you just go look outside? And Candus said, I have been. She ain't there. I said, well, call Allie then, because I don't know if she's still pulling my leg, Hunter said, because if I tell her to call Allie and she'll call me back, and then I'll call mom and be like, did she tell you this? So he was just, looking for confirmation through his mom. Because, yeah, after all, this kid is only 15 and, he's dealing with some woman calling him saying her daughter's missing. So Hunter was thinking, like, was she just messing around? So you call your mom? Yeah, Hunter called his mom. Hunter said, yeah, I called her on Facebook after she picks up. Basically, Hunter was giving his mom a heads up that Candus was going to call. At this point, Allie exchanges a look with her own mom. I can't figure out what's going on, but it's about 41 minutes and 50 seconds into the video. Hunter gets into what he claims was Candus's troubling behavior in the days that followed Summer being reported missing. Hunter said that Candus called him the next day and told him that she was sitting in the police station. So this would have been, according to Hunter, Wednesday, June 16th.
So at 1800 would be 6 p.m. You got to minus military time by 12, right? So 18 minus 12 would be 6. So that would be 6 p.m. So an hour and a half later would be 7:30 for the contact. I think that's wrong.
The day after Summer was reported missing, Hunter says that Candus said they want to do another polygraph test on her. Well, how many did they do? Chris asked. I just know 2, Hunter said. She did not tell me if she passed or not, but Hunter said, I just ignored her the rest of the time because they told me not to even get contact of her. TBI told him.
Why is anybody even attacking Ryan Upchurch? Ryan Upchurch, and I'm a country bumpkin, and I like country rap, and I like country and everything. I like new age. I like Motown. I don't even listen to new stuff. I don't listen to rap. I don't listen to the radio even when I drive, unless it's oldies or K-Hey. I love country or I like the truth, right? I don't know. Ryan Upchurch got a big push for Summer Wells doing what he did, whether he was knocked out of it, all the drama that's going on. Why would he, as an upcoming and uprising musician, surround himself with all the drama that's going on in our community, especially with but now all their video drama? This is what's going on. You guys leave Ryan Upchurch alone. I don't know him personally. I emailed him to contact me or see if he could come on a while back, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when he did his video. But leave him alone. He didn't do anything. I don't out of this case because of shit like a classic rock as well. I mean, down to Johnny. My kids used to sing to Johnny Be Good at 3 years old. They loved, classic rock, even Stone Temple Pilots or Nirvana or even things like that. But they were rapping about shotguns in your mouth, Come to my house and I'll knock you out, or whatever it's called. You guys leave Ryan Upchurch alone. You got nothing to do with this.
And then Hunter gets a little mad. He said, it's some funny crap how they tell me, and I'm not dissing them or nothing. I'm just saying how they tell me that I'm going to get my phone. And it's been almost, he said, 2 months straight now. And his grandma corrected him and said, it's been a month. So it's only been a month. So I guess he feels like maybe a typical teenager. It feels like he's been without his phone for 2 months and, feels like a lifeline, I guess. But Hunter said, I done gave them all the proof that would line up basically to what he's saying. And then Hunter said, and then Candus shows up that next day here. Did she not? He asks his mom. And then Allie corrects him and says, well, you were interviewed by TBI on Wednesday and she came here on Thursday.
Again, Allie. Making sure the narrative matches up.
Thursday, 2 days after, so she helps him get the timeline together. But the point is, when Candus got there, she was telling Hunter how she had talked to authorities. She was like, don't mention about the alcohol. Did she say what she told them? No. Candus started asking Hunter, and Hunter just said, I just told them what happened on the timeline. And Candus said to Hunter, that better be it. And Hunter said, you don't even scare me. That's what I'm saying. Why would she even ask questions about it? Hunter said she got here. She was telling me how she talked to them. So Candus was apparently over Hunter's house, according to Allie. She was there that Thursday, 2 days after Summer was reported missing. So that should be Thursday, June 17th. Candus was at Hunter and Allie's house. She was telling Hunter how she talked to law enforcement. She was like, don't mention about the alcohol. So according to Hunter, Candus was worried about her buying a 15-year-old alcohol. When Chris asked, did she say what?
Alcohol. And also don't mention the blowjob I gave you, right, Hunter? Because then I'll be an essayer like Don.
Whoa. Easy.
I bet my left testicle that she's given Hunter a BJ, at least at minimal.
Oh, Lord. That was back in the day.
Or copulation or whatever you want to call it. I don't mean to be rude or lewd right now, honestly. I'm not trying to be
disgusting. Is what it is, Doug. You already did it.
Too late.
Too late.
Not trying to be lewd, crude, or socially unacceptable right now. This
totally
is the
worth.
Truth.
I
don't even know how to
You're
put
right,
it
Doug. You're right, though.
in a way that makes even sense, or that even. Why would you give a 15-year-old alcohol, drugs, and whatever he wanted so you could get whatever you wanted
or needed?
God, this is so disgusting. I'm sorry, you guys.
She told them? No. Hunter said she started asking me. I just said, and apparently Candus just said to Hunter, that better be it. It must have been in a threatening manner because Hunter said, you don't even scare me. So Hunter said, that's what I'm saying. Why would she even ask questions about it? It makes sense because Hunter is saying, look, if you're dealing with a missing 5-year-old girl, your missing 5-year-old daughter, why would you visit the 15-year-old potential witness and start threatening them about, you better not tell them I bought you that twisted tea, which of course Candus is denying all of this. And we'll go through her interesting interview later with the Rogersville Times, or is it Tribune?
Alcohol
where, of course, Candus is denying that Summer even went
Delta
underwater
10
when
or
she
Delta
caught
8.
it on video at one point where Summer literally went underwater. Just briefly, this isn't the time they're speaking of most likely, but Candus is denying everything. That's why certain things I tend to believe Hunter about, but other things are going to be a little bit more far-fetched. In the end, Hunter is saying, my gut feeling is that she had something to do with it. Hunter said then when all this happened, Candus just wanted the money because he said, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to say names, but when my girlfriend's mother's friend was on Beach Creek just driving around, riding around, and she saw, as soon as someone posted that $25,000 reward, we remember that guy who wrote that blank check for $25,000.
So do you believe this still? Because nobody just drives around that area if you don't live there.
No.
Tell me you're going to drive around that area and run into Frank Light or Fred Hill for no reason.
No, I
True,
didn't
Andy and
believe
Jody
that.
too. Those are the easy speed bumps. I don't want to get anywhere near those two.
Exactly. I didn't believe that story back then, and I don't believe it now.
No, I don't. I think that they're just going for, it's just a great detour. It's a great detour, right? Like Hunter's girlfriend's friend or whatever, mom's friend or something was driving through her. Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
makes good stories. That means he's involved. Like, why is she going out there? Maybe to check to see if the cops are there yet, or if Summer's been gone yet.
Yes,
And
it
see,
doesn't make
is this what
sense.
yeah, it doesn't.
Reports finding Summer
Yes.
Wells.
Like it.
She's seen Candus's car zooming down the road to the Hawkins County Police Station. And we know that Donald Wells corroborated the story because Donald Wells, in that one interview where he said, yeah, we passed our polygraphs, and then all of a sudden there was a tip that came in, and, we went racing over to the police station. So it was indeed around the time reward money was announced. Part of me is wondering, and I need to verify the dates on this, but I wonder if that reward money was announced and then all of a sudden someone saw this red truck. Is that
So the reward money was announced.
In the blue van,
It was actually being held.
Candus.
2 checks came in for over 30,000 or something. Now it's over 70,000 thanks to one of the fundraisers. Whether or not I even care, I don't. Matter of fact, I fucking could care less if they made double the amount and they put 35,000 or 40,000 to the Summer Wells case. Hear me out for a second. I don't want to get in the middle of the drama or the billboards or the fundraisers. I know I donated personally $1,000 to Civis Bank. Personally, $1,000, 600 on one live stream, and then it was a couple hundred on actually probably like 750. I think to Gabby Petito directly, and then 150 to Q Carlock and everybody when they were doubling up the donations. I know for a fact I donated directly to these other funds. I don't care where the money went or how it happened. And it's not my business. It's so not relevant to this case. We see it's over $70,000 now, whether it's 40,000 missing, 20,000, who fucking cares? If there's $1 missing, who cares? These people spent 20, 40, 60, 80 hours doing a fundraiser. If they took something for themselves, again, I don't care. As long as that doubled the fun, right? It gave purpose to the Summer Wells Fund. If all these people were looking for whatever else and not donating to Civis Bank directly, not our problem, not my problem.
It's not our business either, right? If they're that's between them and God,
Exactly.
right? And then you guys still are
that's
dealing
got
with that. It's
nothing
not
to
me.
do with-
No.
It's got nothing to do with Summer being missing. So to me, it's not relevant.
No, it has nothing to do with us though either. Because I wouldn't take any money. Why not send it to the Churchill Rescue Squad like it was supposed to go anyway? Why are people collecting money for this anyway in the first place? Nobody should have been. Nobody should have been touching money or spending time doing that. They should have been, oh, it's in the name of Summer. No, talking like this is the name of Summer. Not sitting there and racking up an absurd amount of money and just to have to figure it out. Right now, Churchill Rescue Squad's pissed off. They've got attorneys involved and people are being named in the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Do you know why they're being named? Because you know where all that money's going to go to? If it's spread back to the people, they're going to get it. It doesn't go back to all the donors because they took in the money. So Q Carlock gets it, I think. It's pretty shitty.
I have no idea about that.
Yeah, that's the way that goes. If that's what I heard. If it goes back to the people who are named in the lawsuit are the only ones that get it.
Wow.
Right. But in fact, it has $5,000 to $40,000. I don't want to get into that bullshit. I don't want to be a part of the drama. Matter of fact, I'm steering clear of all of that. Everything. We're not going to even talk.
We tried.
About that
We
I've got stuff from Chase.
Talk trash.
Lizzie B. Sabbath. I'm not here to hide anything. I'm not here to be friends with you guys either. Right? I'm not here to take another time or another minute out of Summer Wells with with this billboard bullshit or with this fundraiser bullshit. I've been able to keep 588 people while other big YouTubers way larger than me are doing things right now because this is what's important right now. This is actually, there's so many things that I've even relearned about this case tonight by doing, and thank you, Plunder. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, all these people that let us put these stories together, even MGL, all these people that have these different interviews. And if you guys listen to her yelling at Don or all the people telling her to be quiet. All these idiots are doing things for the wrong reason. I don't want to get into that bullshit either, okay? But I'll tell you, if you watch when they're talking to Don and everybody's telling MGL to shut up and all these other people to be quiet or running the narrative or let him talk, all the stuff that we already know. Let's not get filtered into this drama, the bullshit. Let's not forget about Summer Wells, right? Where is she?
Why are you worried? Why are you worried about
Where
it?
is the story?
Why would you be worried about it? It's not your money. It's not your daughter. What are you worried about? Why are you worried? Did you donate to it? It's your own fault.
Right. I mean, anything you do after the point at which you give a donation to
Money's
something,
gone.
it's
Gone.
yeah, it's gone.
So
If
why are you
you-
mad? Or why are you worried?
No, there's no reason to be.
That's why I just said we're not wasting time on that 6
It is
months.
what it
This was
is.
over a year ago, and we're still not wasting time on that. So if you're worried about
Nope.
that, then it only well, so it never ends good. It's none of your business. Really, it's none of our business. No, it's none of nobody's business unless you ran it or you donated enough to it where you're gonna go chase that $100 or $300 or $1,000. If I would have donated $5,000, I would have been like, well, next time I better think of it a little bit smarter. Yeah, but it's nobody's business in here. Like, by the way, that's the last thing we're going to care about. I don't care what happens to those people. I don't care if they get the money or get in trouble. I don't. Not at all.
Nope.
But if you're worried about it, then you're obviously more involved than I am. I ain't worried about it. I don't think anybody here is worried about it but you. And no offense, but like, I don't mean to be Captain Obvious. I mean, obviously, we're not trying to team up you or me not trying to start stuff, but like, should be no worry. Matter of fact, see what I just did there? I did this purposely to show you how long it just took 4.5 minutes to talk about that little piece right there. Think about all the 8-hour live streams they had about that they could have been talking about this little girl or figuring out where she was or not playing tricks on people or pranks or just making it take longer so they can go to Tennessee and actually meet these people. Because Don and Candus are celebrities. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, it's something totally to be starstruck over, isn't it?
And they made it to Dr. Phil. I saw that $1 million Elvis Cadillac. More like infamous.
Yeah.
Lining up, right? Where what are we missing? New updates, new things that TI is talking about, this and that right now. But really, going back to the beginning right now is so much more important.
But don't
The
be mentioning
drama,
people's name in my
the
chat,
bullshit,
please.
the
Like I
this
said,
and that.
if you're
Who
worried,
cares
I'll
what
let you think about
MGL
it for a
is
minute.
Who
Just
cares
warn
what BK is doing? Who cares what this person's doing? I take what everybody's saying. I have no problem actually with anybody out. Everybody has a problem with me, but I watch everybody to a point where I watch what I need to watch. Right? I do watch what I need to watch, but I don't pay attention to all the drama, the bullshit, the negativeness, that I'm bigger than you, I'm better than you. I get more people in here watching me. I'm blessed if one person comes in here and listens to me and takes what I'm saying serious to be able to pass that along, because that's what's important to me. You guys are important to me. Everybody's here because you guys are important to me, right? I'm important to you. Some people reach out to me and say, thank you. I couldn't do it. I'm struggling with this, struggling with that. And I feel it's my obligation not to only come on for you guys, but I come on because I
Yeah. I had to call people back. They'd be like, "Hey, can you do the Don voice for me since you're not going on tonight?" I'm like, dude, I'm on right now. So basically, call me back. Everybody wants the Don voice.
need you guys at
For some reason.
how to go back to these. Any
Or
dealing
just
with,
talk to him.
when you back to the statements that matter. Who's saying what happened until
This has
this
been paused
date,
for like
who's
a minute.
fighting now
It's not pausing.
as opposed to who wasn't fighting then. You can't be friends with everybody.
There we go. I thought it was going to play now.
When people say you can't be friends with another YouTube creator or don't trust
No, thank you
anybody,
so much, Jessica.
bullshit.
Appreciate
Not only
you.
do I trust a lot of you guys that are my subscribers, I trust some YouTube creators 100% because I have a
Basically,
relationship.
you shouldn't
that's
trust anybody
intimate with
100%,
the drama
buddy.
bullshit is, right? I'm not here recording your calls. I'm not here to trash you. I'm here to make a difference with you. Teamwork makes the dream work. You can't get
Was. I still would be. To be honest, I'd be open to not to everybody though. If you've been covering this over 15 months, I don't want you. I don't want you here. I don't want your drama, your nonsense. I don't want anything that you've covered for the last 15 months. Nothing. I don't want any of the people. That's why you guys are like, release this, release that. You used to send me all this stuff to try to release before.
Yeah.
So I look stupid. I like.
Oh yeah.
Okay, you guys. Like I actually read, and I don't open emails from people anymore either. Like attachments, nothing.
Nope,
Certain
gotta
people
be
I do.
Gotta be very careful with that.
Always watch your butt. You know what I'm saying, buddy?
Always.
Exactly.
get that right, or if you're not part of one to be, we don't want you here. We don't. Because you're not settling a case, stopping a case. We want to find out what's happened this summer. We want to go through the court process, the due process, and then move on and moving on while we're doing this. But if all you're doing is moving on with drama in between all the in-betweeners until somebody else can put up something that helps you get some more content. And I'm not here to talk shit about TM or anybody else, but if you do look at that stuff, none of those are videos made by them. They have live streams that are using everybody else's videos. My videos were used until people realized who the hell I was.
Yeah.
I only get 100 less because everybody thought of either because they use my stuff all the time.
I got my Jody Sue stuff recently too, huh?
You can't create content. You have no content, but everybody else's videos from day one. Mostly
they do that so they
Christian
could strike
videos,
you,
these
people.
other
Like if anything ever happens to you, they could turn around and strike your channel or take your videos and make them their own, right?
Yeah.
Or be able to go back into their playlist and play their own videos, and so so they'll always never get demonetized because they're playing their own video. Yeah, it's all shadiness. Nothing to do about Summer. Nothing that TM or AB did had to do with Summer. I can guarantee that. 100%. Matter of fact, they were striking me, having Discord, striking us about Summer Wells channels, trying to get my channel taken and all the videos taken down of Summer Wells. Why? Because they wanted them, or they didn't want me around. But somehow, I'll tell you what, useless. Tiffany Marie, useless. Shallow and useless. Useless. These are the ones I won't throw a white flag with. The ABs, the Tiffany's, the McDonald's, all those. I don't need to. Anybody who's worked this case, if I don't have a problem with you, and you don't have a problem with me, cool. But like, I still don't want you working the case this angle because like we need it clean and we don't need any of the stuff that you guys thought up of in the past, right? To come back to this. No.
No, we need to take all that excess and all that drama out of it and just get back to the facts that we know.
Yep.
And stick with that.
I'm on your playlist, yours. Oh no, you guys can go here if you ever need to. I've got everything saved just as a viewing pleasure. No, it's not for your viewing pleasure. It's for their viewing purposes. And now they're all monetized. It's hard to do a show like this. Come up here, talk the truth, keep 500 plus people, or even get 500 plus people to listen to you.
It'll happen again.
Don't fall to the trauma, people. Stay with what case we're working.
Mods, it's easy
I
right
hope
now
that
for you
500
guys.
plus people with all the cases that we're working, not just Summer Wells. And this is the kind of quality, and we laugh a lot, we cry a lot, we do a lot on this channel. We're a family here. We promote a lot of great things, but don't fall victim to what's useless, to what's helping these people. Thank you so much for your membership. SS Wolfstein is, thank you. Right? It's about telling the truth.
Like 5 smear
There's
campaigns.
never anybody who uses their own stuff. How many
I
people
know.
used my stuff through even the boys in Cal City and then turned me to be the evil person when I wasn't, but they used my stuff as theirs or for their content, turned around all the way to this point. It's happened. But I don't care about my money or whatever coming through here. You guys definitely support this channel by watching it
X,
or your donations or your memberships.
all that.
I don't even have to ask. You guys are amazing, but I don't have to steal other people's content. Tonight, I'm only using 2 different contents to prove the idiosyncrasies of what we should be looking at, what we should be detecting, how these stories are mixing and intermingling. What does it really mean? Tonight, we've made so much headway. I think that this video has made so much headway in the last 3 hours than I've done any video in the last 5 weeks to a month to 2 months. I think this video is very, very important on even things that I missed or that you have missed, right? Hunter's story and Candus stories are the keys. They're the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Big problem.
Big problem.
Those are
Little
2 people
China.
we hear the least from. Think about it.
Problem.
Got a couple more minutes of this, then I'm going to direct you over to Chris's, and then we'll conjugate later to this evening to finish up Hunter's interview because I want to keep everybody focused, and I think it's a good thing to take maybe an hour or 2 for a break, and you guys go over to Chris's and listen. But let's finish this. We got a few more minutes. Please stick around, and then we go over to Chris's, and then we'll meet up in a couple hours to finish up part 3 of the interview. We have to listen, and you will hear Sandra. Don't worry, there'll be some laughter. Maybe Josh will come up, whatever the
Run the
case
show
may be.
for
But
us.
we definitely
Great.
will finish later. Let's
Sandra!
finish plunder what's going on here, and thank you again for not only the memberships, the super chats, the super stickers. If you donated, I don't even know to any other avenue, but if I checked and you guys did, thank you for that. Let's move on. We're almost done.
The tip they're talking about? Was there even a red truck really hanging around? Is that why the owner of the red truck hasn't come forward yet? Was it a false tip? Supposedly, the next day, Hunter said it was on Facebook that it was a tip. Hunter said, I was going to say, if that was my daughter, I wouldn't be just sitting around the house collecting dust, trying to get money. So what really happened this summer, according to Hunter? To be honest, Hunter said Grandma was out of her mind. Now, I'm assuming he's talking about Grandma Candy. He says Grandma was out of her mind. What does he mean by that? And then he explained Candus's mother is usually grumpy, controlling, and he says like a regular grandma. That part was kind of funny. He's like, she was trying to run everything, but what should happen to the person that did this? Hunter said they should be locked up for a very long time. The most interesting part of Hunter's interview. And Chris did say it was 4 hours long, but we only got to see 49 minutes and 49 seconds.
Oh, we
of it.
did the
Hunter
raw.
said,
We
whoever
did the raw
harmed
one.
Summer should be locked up
Yep.
if she's been harmed at all. Whoever did this to Summer should be locked up for a very long time. That was like my little sister. She's not the type of girl to go.
No, it wasn't like your little sister. She was an excuse for you to go get high, go get drunk, and hang out with an older woman.
That could be true
away
too.
from that swing up there.
But I think
So
he fell in
everyone
love
keeps
with Summer
mentioning
as
her
a
swing.
friend.
I don't know if the swing will play into what happened to Summer at all, but people keep mentioning it. But maybe Summer was just told often, look, you can play in your swing and not far beyond that. Maybe that was like her boundary, you know? This is the most interesting part that doesn't ring all the way true, and people have questions about this part, what Hunter said. Hunter claims that the second that Candus came over his house, she went back to her own car, I guess. Maybe she was looking for something. Hunter said he grabbed Candus's phone because he wanted to see if she had anything to hide. He said he put his where hers was. Apparently the phones looked alike. And then he goes into the spiel talking about he's good
Come
with
on, like,
technology.
come on. That's stupidest thing I've ever heard. Our phones look alike, and I'm gonna steal her phone and go through hers, and then swap it out when she's back. He was
I don't
nosy.
believe
He was.
any of that. I mean,
I do. I
yeah,
think he
he
was
is,
nosy. I
but
think he went through her phone. Hell yeah.
he is,
See if
but
Dawn
I
called.
think the way he was talking about how he was doing it. Oh, I was going through her photos and found text messages. Your text messages don't get saved to photos.
No, but they go to the trash can. They go to the trash can. I looked on my phone. There is a trash can for both, for photos and for text messages. So just because you
See,
delete
I've
something,
never-
just because you delete something doesn't mean it's gone. Obviously, you have the cloud too
Right,
and everything
I
else.
know.
Right.
It's just weird though. Like, why? Why would he be concerned about who's texting?
He's not supposed to be with her.
It's none of his business though who's texting her.
So if it's Don and I'm gonna kill you if you're with Hunter. Yeah, I'd probably want to know too. He shouldn't
Yeah,
be with her.
maybe.
He's waiting for all day in the car for her, and she's got him driving around like waiting for these vapes. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. That's just my opinion. I mean, but yeah, I don't like. It's easy to get off track with this, but it's like, yeah, that's sometimes doesn't have to be the most hard answer. You know,
Right.
I know. Yeah, I think he was suckered into doing this, but I think that obviously he was like down for whatever. He just didn't know it was going to get to this point. We got a few more
This
minutes,
is
you
the part
guys.
that doesn't ring true.
Thank
He
you guys so
said,
much. Hit the
he's
thumbs
looking
up if
for
you
a
haven't.
photo gallery, like Google Photos, he'll call it. When you delete things, they go to your trash. He said, when I looked in there, I saw 13 messages. He said he saw 13 messages between what he's calling her drug dealer. He doesn't specify what types of messages. He doesn't say if they were text messages, Facebook messages, or Snapchat messages or whatever. He doesn't say if they were screenshots of messages. It wouldn't totally make sense for someone to maybe screenshot a message. Maybe it would if Candus was screenshotting these text message exchange in order to send them to Don and then delete them. Okay, if that's what Hunter means, that's one thing. But we know deleted text messages do not go to our Google Photos. Hunter said, all I seen was the first message before Candus all of a sudden starts walking back to the house, past the mailbox and up the stairs to come in the house. He only had time to read the first message, and he's claiming that it was a message from Candus's drug dealer saying it was done. Quote, it was done.
How does he know who her drug dealer is?
That's a good question.
Hell
'Cause I
yeah, it's a
thought he
good
wasn't-
question.
I thought he wasn't hanging out with her. So clearly they communicate way more than what they were letting on. If he knows that kind of
He's
information,
gone with her to go get drugs before. Come on. Pretty sure.
probably would. I wouldn't be surprised if he hasn't went and picked him up for her before. She's probably talked him into doing that too.
Hey, I don't know. Anything's possible with these two, or with Don and Candus, right? I just hope
Yeah.
Don, you tell on Candus. Gradish, tell on Don and Candus, and Don tell on Candus and Candy. But whatever you guys got to do, figure it out.
Somebody needs to
He
tell
wanted
something.
to try and see the next message, but he already slid his phone in his pocket, so he had to switch the phones back. And then Candus asked him, did you go through my phone? But Hunter said he had time enough to just clear out, I'm assuming clear out whatever applications he was in, though Candus wouldn't know what he had seen. He only said he's not allowed to
Are you
go
gonna
on
stop
lives. I'm
mentioning
assuming
people's
YouTube
names? Are
live.
you really doing this on purpose? You're trying to push my buttons right now. I'm asking you not to say people's names, no creators' names. I said that already, and you're still talking about it. It's okay. Yeah, you're missing something. I already told you we're not getting in the drama, and you tried to start it here. So this is your last warning. I'm not even going to time you out. Next time, I'm just going to block you from the channel.
Or international TV with Candus, and his gut feeling that it was either Candus and this alleged drug dealer that did something to Summer, or it was all of them combined. And the one thing he noted about Don Wells, which was very interesting, Hunter says he heard from TBI that Don Wells was not at work like he claimed. And not only that, we know that Don Wells is like a drywall guy, a guy who works on a variety of houses. So of course he could be working outside or wherever.
Yeah, go
Hunter
ahead, Leaders. Love,
says
you're good.
that TBI followed up.
Well, I'm the top guy that doesn't work around. I'll spackle in one place and I'll spackle every town.
And this part is a little.
When I see myself yelling at someone, I just get them out my room. But I'll let you have this one, because I'm a spackler. So I'm a spackler. I go around and round and round and round and round.
Hard to hear.
And when you
My daughter
find
rolls
yourself
around and round and round.
spackling with some girl, I wonder if Candus is at the swimming hole. I'm a wonderer. And I spackle around, around, around. What the hell's on Candus's jacket here? That's Spackle or is that Hunter?
Here because
Oh,
Hunter is spoken over. but I heard him say he was not outside because TBI called the people wherever, Don was allegedly contracted to, whatever home or business, wherever Don was
News stations
supposedly
are fine.
working
You don't
that
have to
day
worry
in
about news
general.
stations.
Of
I
course,
just don't
law
want to talk about
enforcement
creators.
followed up. Hunter said that Don was not outside.
Or
Apparently,
abbreviate the
the people
creator at
remember
least.
someone must have been home and they did not see Don working outside at the point in which he claims he was at work. But we don't know where he was. Names were bleeped
I'm a spackler, baby. So why don't you kill me?
out. The most troubling part
Not a bad
of what
one.
Hunter is claiming is
Oh,
that he saw these alleged deleted text
spackler.
messages from a drug dealer to Candus that it was done. Now, I look at this two ways. First of all, I don't know what types of phone he's speaking about that Candus has or that he has. If you look in your photo gallery, there is in your albums, there's a part where you can go to deleted photos, of course. Go to all photos, you go to albums, you scroll on down and you will see recently deleted. Now, if that's what he's speaking about, you will only see options for recently deleted photos and videos. You won't see recently deleted text messages. I even wondered if he meant the part where you go in to manage the space on your phone. Maybe.
Oh, I heard that. I have that written down. I was going to talk about it right after this. You don't see anything besides videos or pictures in your trash unless you have screenshots of certain messages. You'd have to do a double click or a screenshot. Oh, thank you, Plunder. Go like, share, and subscribe. Much love and respect.
Talking about
We got
going
2
into
minutes
the
left,
general
Light Pink Mommy.
settings. If we're talking about an iPhone, which we
2
might
minutes
not
left.
be, but if you go into your iPhone settings and you're trying to manage your iPhone storage, and they have a point where you can examine large attachments. I even did a little test because I'm thinking, what if her drug dealer sent her this? It was done, but it was a GIF.
If you talk about
GIF,
East Idaho
which is,
News,
in
you
essence,
could
a
you could
moving
mention his
photo.
name
What
even. I
if
like East Idaho
Candus
News.
received a GIF
Wouldn't
from
matter.
this man's
Not a
done,
creator.
and if she had deleted the text message, well, I even did a little test. Even if you delete the text message, that attachment goes along with it. Hunter's story, unless he can explain the exact type of phone, exactly where he went in to find this alleged text message, I hope he's not telling untruths
Maybe it's
to
a red herring.
law
That's why.
enforcement. Of course, they have the phones. Hunter was a little miffed that he didn't get his phone back, but it's important. Law enforcement has all their phones. That's one option.
She was in a red dress. Actually, she was in a red dress when her three brothers were sitting at the church next to that Christmas tree with the shaved
Yeah.
heads. She didn't have a shaved head yet, though. That was her in the red dress right there.
Hunter's telling the truth. He got this message from some drug dealer saying it was done, but really puts the heat on Candus. And I'm just understanding the type of phone he
Got the
had
picture
or the
talking about?
steps he did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one you're thinking of, I think it was at who was it? I know what you're talking about though. They
Yeah,
all
no,
had shaved heads. Every
Yeah,
single one.
there is one picture. I thought it was at the church. It
Mhm.
may have been somewhere else.
I've seen it too. I can't remember where it was. I think they were just out.
Yeah.
Candace and the boys were they're outside in the front yard or something like that. They all had shaved heads. So I remember that for sure.
Alleged message. The other side of it, option number 2, is that Hunter is lying about seeing that it's done drug dealer message. And that story sounds a little far-fetched. Of course it can happen, but it kind of sounds like a movie. It kind of sounds like a person who's been watching crime shows or watching a movie and it's done. A message like that makes you wonder if Hunter is lying about seeing that message. Why? That kind of leads me back to the swimming hole. There's a lot
This is
of
drug
pussy over
connection.
this horse pond swimming hole. I feel like if nothing went down at that swimming hole, it wouldn't be such a big source of contention. Candace is
You're
over
good to
here
go.
telling that Rogersville newspaper that, oh, nothing happened at all at the swimming hole. You know, she doesn't want to know that Hunter had something to drink. She doesn't want people to know that.
Oh, there's 30 seconds left. If you want to hear the rest, go over to Plunder, like, share, subscribe.
Oh, there's 30 seconds left of that one. If you want to go over there, like, share, subscribe. I just got myself with that.
Right.
We did 3 hours and 33 minutes. All right, good.
Yep.
So we got to show over your channel here in the next couple hours, like 4 o'clock, and then we're going to go on tonight again and finish Baby Dior Jr., Kuntz Jr. We're putting in work, you guys. So I hope you guys join us. We're definitely going to be back tomorrow morning again, and back tomorrow on her channel again, and then fight every single day like that. That's what we do. Unless I got my kids and I don't come home, for some reason I ain't going on. I'll just definitely go on.
It's definitely what we do. We got to keep it moving and got to keep, getting these cases out there and keep Summer's name out there. And Dior's definitely
Well, first of all, we already know about ERs take a long time, no matter what day you go in on. But if you get there at 8 a.m. right when they open, so they weren't the actual ER. So it was like a smaller ER, right? A smaller hospital, Gatlinburg or something. Gatlinburg?
No, it's in Kingsport.
Kingsport. Okay.
Yeah, their closest hospital.
That's right. They were in
Kingsport.
Gatlinburg before. Yeah, they were in Gatlinburg for something. I remember.
Yeah, they had went on vacation in Gatlinburg like a few weeks before.
Summer collected the rocks and stuff from there.
Yes. But yeah, the hospital they went to was in Kingsport.
Yeah, so the Rona did exist, but you got to remember, Candus is the one who decided that her mom's going to the hospital. No matter how long the ER takes, that means that Hunter and Candus were alone that much longer before they went and got Summer, right? Because Candus didn't go home to go get Summer. She went straight to Hunter's from the hospital and then back to the hospital to pick up Grandis and then to Walgreens, right? I mean, that's what I feel. That's what I feel in my scenario. I don't know, what's your scenario? I mean, everybody might have a different scenario at this point. Thank you, Lead, with that. Thank you for coming by.
I don't think that she took Summer with her when she originally left that early in the morning. I really don't.
I don't either. But you know what you and I did do? We actually did 2 scenarios each. We did Dawn and Candus if they did it, and then we did Dawn and Candus if they didn't do it. Like what were the? Yeah, we did that. I mean, what do you feel at this point after knowing what we did and covering both angles, because you have to look at both sides. You got to keep in your mind that they're both innocent too, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know how I wouldn't feel bad like if we're wrong. I'd be more excited that we're wrong. I'd be happy actually if we were wrong. But I wouldn't be happy, period, because either way, I mean, these people are just shitty parents, crappy people, and I'm surprised they haven't lost more kids. I mean, literally, like lost. I mean, we know they've lost every kid, both sides. But like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, Candus is nearly Octomom. She's had like 7 kids or 6 kids or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, she's had, let's see here, 3, 4, 6.
6.
Yeah.
And Dawn had like what, 4 or 5?
She had 2 kids before that she had lost custody of.
Mm-hmm. Don lost custody of his kids too, right? A daughter that got SA'd that he told her to suck it up. Glad you sucked it up.
Yeah, he had 2 kids, I believe, a boy and a girl before the 3 boys and then in Summer.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So yeah, I believe he had 6 kids as well.
Yeah, 12 of them. Yeah. Both of them need to stop procreating and putting out. Stop it. Stop that.
Exactly.
During COVID time, like instead of buying the toilet paper, you buy the condoms. Why you're forced affection during COVID? Like, I have to be here. Stop looking at me like that. Stop smiling at me. You usually hate me. Stop it.
Exactly. Stop.
I didn't buy condoms. I got toilet paper like you asked. Stop. And paper towels.
You're bored, go read a book.
Another time. Yeah, I got to get on the internet.
You're bored, go read a book.
I learned how to type one-handed, honey. It's awesome.
Oh God.
That'd be the worst.
Oh, no. That's horrible.
Craziness. Let's see what you guys are saying before we get out of here. Yeah, they are, right? Helicopter mom and dad.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, her uterus should have fallen out by now. Yeah. Did Candace have a baby that they took from her at the hospital too? Probably. Sounds about right.
I heard rumors of that, but I don't know if that's true or not.
You can almost go with 90-10 on these, because if it has to do with losing a kid, like, you know, they lost them all, so you can almost say it's positive, but we don't know if they actually had that kid.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard rumors of that, but I don't know.
Thank you, Von. You and your toe. Thank you for coming. Appreciate that.
You and your toe. Thanks for not being late this time.
Yeah, not late. Yeah, thank you. You're not late this time. Hey, southbound train. I'm just waiting for you just to make a stupid comment. By the way, Christine Rose, will you just let them go? I'll let you do the honors, Christine Rose.
Exactly. Do what you do best.
The wrenches will replaced with what? Your brain? Why don't you go worry about a fundraiser somewhere and your friends? Go talk to Angel and tell her, don't do it. Why don't you take the southbound train north, please? There's always one in the crowd, right? Oh, one douchebag always in the crowd. Southbound train. Hope you got double tracks coming up. Head-on collision with the other train. Hopefully it's just as dumb as you are. So two dumb trains need to go head-to-head. I don't know if that's even possible. I know. All I know is Thomas is not dumb.
No. Can't pick on Thomas the train. Thomas the train's awesome.
Right? You're leaving on a southbound plane too. Y'all must be bored. You had to put a smiley emoji with crying eyes. Really? You must be bored to have emoji keys open. Really weird. Yeah, who has that open all the time, right? I have to throw emoji in. Oh, I hope they feel this one. I'm going to throw a happy face smiley doohickey thing. Like I care. Do you have the emoji that does this? There's an emoji in one of the phones that does that.
Yeah, there is one.
Right? Shit itch.
It's totally like a blow up middle finger. Why not?
Right. Well, I was going to let them take us out on that one. Did Christine Rhodes, you got it? Cool. She just used her wrench on you. You just got wrenched.
Oh, no.
And you know what? Any one of the people in here could have done that to you, too, and they just waited. For me, I love it. Love to delegate the workout. Go ahead and block a friend today. Whack-a-mole, whack-a-troll, whatever we call it.
Whack-a-mole.
Right? Whack-a-mole, mole. Thank you, guys. We'll be over to Crime and Justice's. Like, share, and subscribe. Can you guys put your link up, Crime and Justice, so people can grab that before we close?
Yep.
Trolling all the time. I haven't even finished my coffee. I need some THC.
No.
I need some THC in my life right now. This is what I've been lacking. I haven't had any today. Like I need an hour ago.
Good.
I'm lacking. No, I don't smoke all the time, but like that's what I need right now. Like tonight, I'm definitely going to need it. Believe me, because I'm going to take a southbound train after this south to find that head-on collision. Because that's what we do over here. I'm really worried right now. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Sunshine, thank you so much. Karen Massey, thank you so much. Lady Luck, everybody. My mods, Christine Rose, Yvonne Vaughn, and your toe. The two of you. The two youths. All you guys.
All you guys.
Debbie, thank you for being here. Thank you guys. Lead with love. Thank you for the PayPal as well. And all of you guys, I appreciate you keeping about summer, like except for that one person. And that we made example of, so nobody comes back like that. Hopefully, again, if you're a creator that's done this in the past, and you want to do a fresh start and you want to do a new look, I'm down for it. But if you're going to come over here and talk about the old stuff that you guys ran into, we don't want it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to be rude like that and be like, don't come to my room. We just don't want any of the stuff brought back into the case that's already, we pushed out. So that's my only, that's the only thing I ask. That's it. Crime and Justice will be over. Did you put your link up?
Yes, did.
That's awesome. You guys go over there, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you over there in the next few hours. Anywhere between 3:30 Pacific to 4 o'clock, we'll be over there, and then back over here around like 7:30 Pacific to end the night with Callie and Dior Coots Jr. And it should be interesting. We got some 911 calls, and we have some other stuff that nobody's heard yet, so it should get interesting. So, Crime and Justice, I'll see you in a bit.
All
right. See you in a bit. You can stay up. You can keep your camera open till I close right now. Just watch how this happens. Turn on your camera.
What?